My dad and uncle. We're a family.
Look at you.
No! Don't! You fix her! She's in there because of you.
Where are the bodies?
Let me guess, he's your companion finally. Picked another one over me!
Paris sucks.
That's not the point she was making.
These vampires.
You're stronger.
I am.
Harder, too. But you gotta give up something to get something.
You and me. Me and you.
Memories just keep bubbling up.
I want this to remember.
So many things I've got to tell you, but I'm afraid I don't know how. 'Cause there's a possibility that you look at me differently, love. Ever since the first moment I spoke your name, from then on I knew that by you being in my life, things were destined to change. 'Cause love, so many people use your name in vain. Love, those who have faith in you sometimes go astray. Love, through all the ups and downs, the joys and hurts. Love, for better or worse, I still will choose you first. Oh, 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 oh. But all I do is think about the way you make me feel. 'Cause baby, the love is so real. Soon as I get home, when I can't hang it up with you, baby, I'll do what I gotta do.
My dad and uncle. We're a family.
Look at you.
No! Don't! You fix her! She's in there because of you.
Where are the bodies?
Let me guess, he's your companion finally. Picked another one over me!
Paris sucks.
That's not the point she was making.
These vampires.
You're stronger.
I am.
Harder, too. But you gotta give up something to get something.
You and me. Me and you.
Memories just keep bubbling up.
I want this to remember.
So many things I've got to tell you, but I'm afraid I don't know how. 'Cause there's a possibility that you look at me differently, love. Ever since the first moment I spoke your name, from then on I knew that by you being in my life, things were destined to change. 'Cause love, so many people use your name in vain. Love, those who have faith
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Marshals. Welcome to this good old interview with the Vampire Live. These are going to have to go. How is everybody doing? This is not Tyra. This is Lestat. Address me as such in this good old chat, okay? We made it, y'all. It is the finale, and I could not be more excited. Like, it's so many of you guys here, and we are just getting started. And I love to see it. This has been like a really, really great journey. I am not going to waste any time. I know what y'all came here to see. If I'm like this, I want to know what the girls look like in the back. What do they look like in the back? Y'all know I have to represent for my mans because he came back from the dead. Am I not back from the dead? We love it. We love it. We love it. Who am I going to bring out first? You know what? I had like one too many enemies this finale. Like it was a lot of people on my head top. But it was somebody here who had a personal vendetta against me to keep me away from my man. Thank you to my man. Armand, what's good? What is good, Armand?
Because who gonna check me? Who gonna check me? Okay? Because can't none of y'all whoop my ass.
I mean, I could try. I could try. I really feel like I could give you a run for your money. It's been a long time. It ain't the 18th century no more, boo. I think I can run you a favor real quick.
Check me. I just ate and I'm good. Okay.
So Armand, what did you think about this episode?
Louis was looking good. We got the truth found out and some things like that. Lestat was looking good and everything like that. And the ending was beautiful. Beautiful ending. And I got my tree back out that reading room.
You know what? That tree was thrown out with the rest of your stuff. You ain't getting nothing. That tree was thrown out with your clothes, your shoes, your blade shades. That was thrown out by my man. You ain't taking nothing. All right.
And I got a fledgling.
Oh, Lord. We're going to get into that fledgling. I just feel like we need to bring out the man of the hour because he is a hot commodity out here in these streets. And he had the best send-off this episode. Made me fall in love with my mans again and realize why I love me some Louis de Locke. Did you see when he said, like, come find me, I own the night? I was feeling that. But, the Louis we got backstage don't look like he owned the night. He looked like he's been had in the nighttime. Come on out of here, Louis.
This was Louis at the trial.
Listen, Louis is fine. Louis is, very headstrong. But Louis has gotten his behind whipped several times in this show and in this season. And so, I say I'm gonna show everybody what it's like when he's down because he's up right now. At the end of the show, he's up. So I just want to represent for Louis Dulac out the 7th ward. Okay, I just want everybody to know New Orleans Louis is back, and that's the New Orleans Louis that I love to see. Okay.
Oh gosh! Oh, I'm about to cry some more blood tears. You cracking me up. Louis, what did you think about this episode?
This episode was perfect. I only have one note, and I'm sure that we all have the same note about this episode, and we'll get to it because I know you're going to talk about it. I know we will talk about it, but I think this episode was as close to perfect TV as we could possibly get. If the actors in this show are not awarded some kind of medal, certificate, trophy, ribbon prize or something, I'm going to be upset because the performances in this show did not quit and I loved it. I'm sad I'm probably not gonna get another season till the next Olympics, baby, but it's okay. I'm gonna be waiting.
Not the next Olympics. This next person I'm gonna bring out, they got some splaining to do. They went out a whole lot quicker than I thought they would. It was real like, they gone already? But they made their appearance really, really known, and they let us know that we won't even let you rest in peace when you are ash down. We ain't desecrating your ass. It's just terrible. Have my girl Claudia going out in the worst way because we wanted to season us, use us for popcorn and eyeshadow and lube. It was too much. Santiago, why?
Because I wanted to. And I do it again.
Period.
And I do it again. And I do it again.
We know. We absolutely know. Stancy, what did you think about this episode?
This episode was incredible. You hear me? It gave everything I would have delivered. You know what I'm saying? Had I written the episode. No, it was a masterpiece. I mean, this is like really a masterclass in how to give us resolution, but still have us wanting more. You know what I'm saying? Still left me on the edge of my seat, but I had resolution. I had closure, especially with Louis and Lestat. It was beautiful. No qualms. And when I saw the Manicure 3000, the Vampire Manicure 3000, I was like, come on, Daniel. It's about time. It's about time, Daniel.
You're welcome.
Now y'all, I gotta try to get these teeth out for my girl. She's in the back. She went out in the worst way. She went out in the worst way, but in the best way possible, because only Claudia can go out like a G because she has been standing on business ever since we met her. Claudia, what did you think about this episode?
Hello, everybody. I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
Tell us about them windows.
Oh, I don't like windows when they're closed. So, this episode, I don't like this episode because it's the close of the season and I want more. That's what I want to say. I really enjoyed this episode. I do have a couple notes as you guys were saying, but fantastic TV, lovely.
I can't wait to do y'all notes because I loved every single part of this freaking episode. This was definitely my favorite, and I feel like everything we mentioned last episode that we wanted to see, that we wanted to get, I think everybody got exactly what they wanted, and I loved it. Y'all already know how this goes. Chat. This is the last time we get to be here for quite some time, so I need y'all to go up in the worst way. Engage heavier than you ever have. Hit that like button. Send every super chat so we can see every single comment that you ever wanted to say, or just period what you thought about this episode. Per usual, we are cooking with all types of gasoline because there is exactly 250 people here in this live, and we are just getting started. Y'all know I'm going to show y'all some love. Let me get this super chat really, really fast. I seen one all the way up here at the top, and I really don't want to forget about it. Let's see. Y'all cooking in these comments. Where's the super chat? Oh, let me see. Oh, we got more than one super chat. Okay. Happy to see a season 3 is happening and happy to see it. Absolutely, TG coming through with the $2 super chat. We are really, really ecstatic, and I can't wait to hear towards the end what everybody is anticipating with season 3. Thank you for that one and this one as well. See, TG come through and get the party started because he said y'all taking too long. Tara is a white woman. Oh man, I am Lestat. Do not give me white woman stat. This is all Lestat, okay? Thank you, TG. Hi, Claudia. Love the costume. Yes. She looks absolutely amazing. Did the panel show up or what? Like, let me get back to the thing. Did we not show up and show out for y'all in the best way? Like, y'all ain't getting this nowhere else. Not from 5 beautiful women. Turn all the way up. Get them comments all the way up, get them super chats all the way up, and we will be right back. I'm going to already start it off cooking with Daniel showing this love because Daniel got turned at the end of the season, and I just feel like he finally get to be his best life and be the city girl that we always knew he was. We'll be right back.
I'm out of town, thugging with my round, my coochie pink, my booty hole brown. I'm looking for the gone. Yeah, they eat me out. Pound town, just left pound town. Let my he just took it down. Yeah, down. Yeah, they eat me out. I'm out here in Miami, looking for the hoochie daddy. Where they get ready? My son need a new pappy. Too many bitches. Where the I'm trying to get my coochie stretched. Yeah. I'm trying to get my coochie stretched. Yeah. You know them dreadheads do it the best. Oh yeah. I like with a check. I want give me that. You know I'm sexy, I'm the best. I'm the best.
I can't say his name because he be cheating. I love you, baby. Daniel is about to finally be outside. I have been waiting to make a Daniel montage forever because I have been waiting and anticipating him hopefully getting turned because we really didn't know where they were going. We got some super chats, y'all. I gotta read them. I have to read them. We love it. We love it. We love it. Thank you so much, Jay Antoinette, for the $5. We gonna start this thing off right. Love the costumes. Yes, we are. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And we have a super sticker here from Nightcore45 for the $10. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all ready to get started or what? Cause man, we got so much to talk about. So freaking much to talk about. Let's see, let me put this back here since we want to have technical situations all the way at the end. Ain't nobody asked for that. We trying to be great. We are trying to be great. But starting off here, y'all, like, we get into the pain that Louis is going through. This felt so painful. We saw a lot, but we heard a lot. Louis talking about his ankles healing over those insulated rocks and the pain of that quiet, slow, easeful death brought us all the way back to Armand. That was absolutely sending me in the fact that we had Daniel immediately, per usual, on Armand's head top. Like, you know what? You could have got those rocks removed anytime you wanted to. Well, how do you know he didn't have them removed and he's just been lying to you for all these years for a fact? I was like, yes, Daniel. Absolutely, yes, Daniel. But Cinti, I am gonna come to you first. Like, what did this do to you to hear him pretty much in here screaming out in agony and also kind of reflecting on his life, pretty much passing before his eyes? And it's just like, if I had done anything different, would I have a different outcome? But you know what? It really doesn't matter because Claudia is dead. You muted, Ashley.
I'll be running my mouth. But no, it all came down to that at the end of the day. And I don't think it was just Claudia, but I think it was a reminder of everything that he had lost when he turned. You know what I'm saying? So going back when I was 7 years old, if I hadn't taken that candy from the barber, if I would have wore a different suit, would it have changed the outcome? And I've said it before, I'll definitely say it again. We can all relate to that. At some point in our life, if I would have made the left instead of the right, would that affect or change, my current position or what happened as a result of that thing? So, I mean, I think it was brilliant. I think it helped us to truly empathize with Louis in that moment and what he was going through. And really in this moment, not only I think was the rage building, right? Because my baby, my sister, my whatever is gone. But also I gotta take some ownership at some point. You know what I mean? I gotta think about how my actions played up to this part. So I loved it. I loved it. The screams were torturous and heartbreaking. It gave.
Claudia.
Can y'all see why my baby was losing his mind, y'all? He was hurt. He'd been through so much. Look at Louis on the panel, just beat up. It's like he's had to go through so many beatings, so many, just so much mental and physical abuse that the fact that he was even able to drag himself out of that state by current times is amazing. He's a little bit of a drama queen. He took them rocks out his ankles long ago, but he got to make Armand pay. He got to make him feel a little guilty still. I'm here for it. But as you know, I very much love Louis till the end. So I just, he can do no wrong in my eyes.
Seven Ward, Louis, how did you feel about this?
Louis out the 7 Ward. So I just feel like the screams during this first scene is what did it for me. Like that was really, he sounded like he was actually being tortured, like he was actually in pain. And I feel like if Louis could scream like that when he was with Armand being suffocated by that beige pillow, he probably would. But he had to be, you know, very, you know, Armand are very refined, so he couldn't do that. But I think it just was really, you know, I mean, it makes sense. You would be contemplative if you stuck in a crypt, you know, swallowing rocks, and you know, it makes sense that you would be. But I really enjoyed also seeing like what you have on the screen, flashbacks to season 1, you know, and where we've come from and all the things that he's experienced, whether they were true or not, because they've been lying to us. Everybody been lying to us since the show started, so we don't know if those things actually happened. But it was really good to see all the things that we, Louis and us, have been through since season 1, and hearing his pain and agony, it was very touching. I was just I probably should have known, because I was a wreck the whole episode. So starting off with him being screaming in agony, I should have known. So I love that scene though.
Armand, how did you feel about pretty much Louis accepting that this is the end and I'm about to die in here?
You know, I'm glad he kept those rocks in his. I think I would like for him to have kept those rocks in his ankle, because he needed a good reminder of how he failed Claudia. Keep the rocks in your ankle. Louis, you wasn't even in there that long, okay? You wasn't even in there as long as you wanted us to think you was in there. I mean, don't nobody, but you knew you wasn't gonna die in there, okay? You was just being the drama queen. Louis, you knew somebody was gonna come and save you. It was Lestat there, it was Armand there. He knew good and hell well he wasn't finna die up under them rocks, okay? He was, the whole time he was in it. That's why he had a plan when he came out. He knew he was gonna get rescued.
And really felt like Louis was like accepting death, accepting fate. Like, not only am I gonna die in here, but this is what I maybe deserve. And since Claudia's gone, there's no reason to even be on Earth no more. I thought it was acceptance. I didn't think he knew who at this point, who did he think was going to roll up and save the kid? I mean,
he knew somebody was going to save him. He may have wanted to die after what happened to Claudia, but he knew he wasn't going to. He just welcomed it if it was going to happen, but he knew he was going to get rescued.
Y'all, Armand has been demoted, because you know all things point to Armand. You know, where were you, and how and when were you plotting Louis' escape? And it's just, you know, hey, I was waiting, finessing for that right moment, because you know Santiago in the coven had their eyes on me. I'm demoted. I'm doing all the grunt work. Like, it's just I'm a shell of my former self. He's the Claudia in this piece, and we just don't know. This was always going to be like. Even like from the start, it felt fishy. Him getting Louis out of there was really easy. You know, I just happened to get it done when absolutely no one was looking. Santiago, how did you feel when you saw Armand in his demoted state of just doing all the nasty work that nobody wanted to do? He's no longer the leader of the coven.
Nah, he made it up, and he showed his tail even when he was recounting the story, when he said, yeah, he thought I was dejected, and so I played it up. That's what you've been doing this whole time, Armand, because vampires don't eat. So what kind of drool are you feeding this half undead person? Like, quit playing with us, Armand. Quit it. Oh, let me sweep up. I gotta feed the rats. I gotta sweep up. I'm pulling the bodies after they come off the stage. You're a liar, and the truth ain't in you. I don't even know if that was your blood that woke up Louis, to be quite honest with you. You a lie.
Oh,
a liar.
Armand, how did you feel about Armand?
I mean, y'all don't understand how plays and stuff work. Like, he got to tell the story. Like, y'all was really bad. Y'all was in it. Y'all was like, this is a good trial. This play was good. Santiago, we was like, you know, he was, you know, trying to, you know, direct it so that everybody would know it was me. Okay, y'all can't get mad because he was Spike Lee in this thing. Okay, everybody was on board with this trial and it was believable. Okay, y'all should respect his art, if anything.
Oh, I see what
good trial.
I see what kind of timing you on, Armand. Claudia, fix it.
This is interesting because I wonder if this is how he justified in his own mind taking credit for what someone else is doing. someone else did. He's like, okay, yeah, maybe I didn't save him at the theater, but I saved him by giving him some blood. So I did save him, right? Maybe is that how he, rectifies it in his mind? I wonder.
A win is a win.
Yeah, right. He did do something, right? Even though we can't give him all the credit, he did do a little something, I guess. But yeah, it's. I'm trying to stick up for him a little bit, but for real, he's not good. He's no good. And the way he kept this lie for years, how he just keep it up, their whole relationship, high key, just I kind of using that as a way to keep Louis around, because in the 70s he said, "Have I not repented enough?" and as if he's the one who saved this man. Like, come on now.
Well, I was thinking like, okay, well, if the coven did feel like he was the one that did the mind control and got them to say banishment, was he really demoted? Louis?
If Armand is breathing, baby, he is lying. Okay. So if he told you something, just assume the opposite of that actually happened. So I have not stopped watching the episode since it came out. Like, I can't stop watching it. It's like an easy, quick watch for me, right? So I watched it again and see that scene where he was feeding the man the gruel or whatever. That's what did it for me. Because why? That makes zero sense. They went to a restaurant with people eating at the restaurant and they didn't eat. You mean to tell me vampires have spoons and bowls at the ready? Why would they need that? They don't have that. That is a lie.
You got to paint the picture. You got to paint. I got to take you there.
No,
let me take you there.
Because what you taking me there for? I ain't asked you over there. That's the thing about it. No, he is lying. He never. I don't know if he did it. I don't know if he gave Louis the blood. Seemed like if you gave him the blood and it dripped down into the rocks, wouldn't Armand have been close by? Because it just dripped down and Louis was like, hell yeah. And he popped up all the stuff. Wouldn't Armand have been like in the corner or something, like hiding around? Wouldn't he have seen him? He lying. Armand is a lie, and it pisses me off. I was really rooting for him, and he just looks so good, and that's how they be. They just be lying because they look good.
But,
right.
But we do get our mans out. We do give him the blood and get him out of there with the quickness. Then we get into Louis' madness, revenge, and rage. It really took me back here, the we are nothing. And when we had Miss Ma'am here throw herself in that fire, the madness and the rage was giving all of that. I felt like it was a full circle moment for me, Louis in this big plan and all these warnings. But when we get back to her, I cannot remember her name. It started with a D.
Daciana. I love her.
She was, had been through some things and had experienced so much, lost so much of this coven, and it just felt like through all of this suffering and loss, she just felt like there was nothing to live for and we are nothing, and threw herself in there. This madness, murderous, planning rampage, Louis talking to himself and just pretty much throwing Armand the furthest from his mind as possible. It was really giving Daciano for me. Armand, I'm gonna come to you first. How did you feel about the rage?
I mean, it was warranted. It was that's what happened when vampires don't, when you try to starve them to death. So, I mean, you got to deal with the crazy, bloodthirsty part of them. It was warranted. It was warranted, and I'm glad they showed not just him, but the thought process and the preparation and the planning to let us we needed to be in the same mindset as Louis at the time. He had to take us there so that we could enjoy the full ride. So I'm glad that they kind of took us into his thoughts.
I did too, because this is one of my least favorite portions of the movie when we have Louis come and get his revenge. It's so quick. He burns it down and he's gone immediately with Armand. So I love that we really got to revel in this moment. He talking to dead bodies talking to him. Hot old mess. Santiago?
I really enjoyed getting to actually see, his metaphor as far as his madness partnering with the rage and seeing what that looked like, right? Because they're sitting down and have a conversation. Yeah, we finna get it. Jacob Anderson, embodied madness and rage in this moment. This performance gave me everything I needed, from him writing on the floor, spinning like, no, that's not going to work. I have to do it this way. Oh, well, I have my sickle. So if the fire doesn't burn him, I can come back with this. Okay, you got to go. Sam, you did this. Whatever, you did this, you did this. I was like, I lived for this moment, baby. Him dragging the bodies, filling up his gas tanks. I said, blow it up. Burn it down, Louis. Burn it down. I was absolutely here for every unhinged moment of this. Loved it. Loved it.
What got me was he hit that full said Santiago, like, you gotta go first. Claudia, what did this do for you? Were you into Louis in his rage?
I felt like this was just like a master class of acting, because the range of emotions that all of the actors of the show have to portray, and to this degree, it's beautiful to watch, just as a viewer. As far as the character is concerned, I am glad that he had this rage. He needed this. We already know that Louis is prone to depression and prone to mental illness. And had not been for this rage, he would have died in the coffin at the theater. So this is what pulled him through. This is what got him his revenge. Sometimes you need a little rage. Sometimes the rage get it done. So I'm glad he was able to harness it, even through his, clear mental break. He was able still to do what needed to be done on behalf of Claudia. So thank you, Daddy Lou, for sticking up for me after death.
Louis?
Fantastic.
Louis?
So like I said, I've watched it several times, and everything everybody said was absolutely accurate in terms of Jacob Anderson's performance. The thing that I thought on like the third watch was, I wonder how much of this scene was ad-lib. Like, I know they probably said, Louis descends into madness, and how much of that was Jacob Anderson, how much of that was the script. Because see, with that cat, baby, when he meowed at that cat, I doubt that they wrote that into the script. I know that they didn't write that into the script. Louis meows at a dead cat. I doubt it. So he took the liberty of meowing at that cat, and I had to rewind it because I wasn't paying attention because I was giggling. But I felt like it was really cool to see, madness, rage, and sanity in the same place at the same time, in the same person. Because his plan was it was very logistical. Like he was like, okay, he had contingency plans in it. Like, okay, if they run away, I'm gonna hit them with the sickle. And if the sickle don't work, then I got him on the motorbike. Like, he really was planning it out, even though he was nuts. And I really appreciated also the garbage man or the graveyard man that was helping him as well. It was a team effort. So the cat, Louis, the garbage man or whatever, they all helped him to make sure that the Theatre des Vampires was no more, and it was a group effort. So that needs to be acknowledged as well.
Child, not the dead garbage man being the assist. We got some super chats here in the house. Let me be sure to read them. Thank you so much, Joe March, for the 1999. It is greatly appreciated. You guys look great. The Vamps are all terrible, but Armand is the worst. Thank you. I concur. He is, that's that gremlin behavior. Thank you so much for the $1.99. Louis said meow to that cat. Yeah, he did. He did. That sent me. I really thought that happened in my mind. So just like you, I had to run it back. Like, what? I was like, oh, I just thought I was tripping for a second. But he did. He was in there. My part was when he said Santiago, and when he said, yeah, I couldn't do that. I couldn't save him. I couldn't. Shut up. Stop talking to me. Shut up. Shut up. I'm always here for a shut up. Thank you so much, our hero, for the $10. Thank you, ladies. I just love this. We do too. Thank you for y'all coming through. We appreciate it. Getting back into this, y'all keep it going. Like, y'all have no idea. We've been planning this forever. No loyalty to your coven of hundreds of years. If I'm not with him, I am nothing. Oh, Lord. We knew, I don't know if y'all knew, because we do have our portion of the story where you can completely see that Daniel is conspiring with RJ to like send me the hammer. Send me the hammer. I got something. Send it on over. We don't know exactly what it is. Yeah. But just from the way that Daniel was talking, it was just like, I'm over you. I am completely over you. But Louis, I'm gonna come back to you. How did you feel when we had Daniel go, you know, did you have no loyalty? Your coven? Hundreds of years? Did you not think to warn them? No, I was just hyper focused on Louis because without him, I have nothing, like Whitney Houston and Bodyguard.
Listen, Daniel Malloy will tell you a joke, but baby, he will never tell you a lie. Daniel Malloy is gonna keep it a band at all times. Daniel has been pissed that Armand even was in the interview in the first place. When he sat next to Louis and they was all sitting on each other's laps and stuff, and it was super close, that annoyed him. He wasn't there for him. And he has been annoyed with Armand ever since. And then to top it off, he and Louis figured out, you know, what Armand had done in San Francisco. Daniel was holding a grudge. You know, Louis, Armand just gave him some yam, or he gave Armand some yam, and it was all good. It was all over. But the crying, Daniel hadn't moved on yet. He was holding a grudge. So, you know, I appreciated Daniel calling a thing, you know what I mean? And kind of letting it, you know, be clear. Like, I know something is amok right here. Like, he didn't know what it was at the time, but he knew something was sketchy. And I appreciate Daniel for being the voice of reason at the table, because Armand is a liar. And Louis is he just look at his little posture. He just so sad all the time.
Claudia, why didn't Armand want his coven? Is there no loyalty?
Armand, I can't. It's just his desire for love. That's all it is. He desires love from a man, and he said, all right, he ain't getting it from the coven anymore. They already about to usurp him, so he gonna try and get it, what's left of it, from Louis. And I love that Daniel, he doesn't make you believe what he wants you to believe. He'll just throw it out there and wait for you to catch. He'll be like, oh, well, what about this? Or, oh, I'm just want to know about this. And the way he presents the information and allows you to put the pieces together for yourself is brilliant. I love how he always does this. Just enough so you can get what he's trying to say, but not enough to get his, you know, wig split at the table. He got to toe the line, and I love it. He toe it close to the dangerous half of the line, but he toe the line. And yeah, I just love all the scenes with Daniel and Armand, because he really can't stand Armand. I don't know how to get this together.
We had that split for less. I don't know how Daniel made it this far. Yeah. Armand, why you ain't warn your coven? You ain't by nothing, you gremlin. You couldn't warn them people that won't, you know, the coming was about to come. Why?
I'm just trying to figure out why Daniel ain't say thank you, because if it wasn't for Armand, Louis would have killed him back in San Francisco. Okay, where is the gratitude? Instead of all the little snide and shade that he be throwing, where is the, you know, thank you, because if it wasn't for you, my new best friend Louis would have killed me a long time ago. Thank you, Armand. I appreciate that you always protecting me when Louis be trying to do stuff on the slide. When he lose his temper, you always come in here nice and calm.
Ma'am, we would not be harboring over 1973. No.
Daniel still is. He's still mad. He was like, no, I ain't forgiving you for holding me hostage for like a week.
Santiago, please. Why didn't your mans warn y'all?
Girl. So here's the thing. Daniel sick of seeing Louis be a battered and abused husband out here in these streets. He said, you were abused, Louis, in your first relationship. Now I'm literally sitting here watching this man gaslight you. We know your mind is bent, Louis, at this point. So let me help you. Let me help you come out the face. And it didn't help. He was getting messages every 2 seconds from the Talamasca, giving him a little bit more information every single time. But let's get on Armand's head, because this really took me to a level of piss offedness, right? If I'm not with him, I'm nothing. Sir, what was you before? You lived a couple hundred years before you met him, and you was something then. So how are you nothing now? Be so freaking for real, Armand. It made me want to. That's what it made me want to do, and talk about. Yeah, as far as my coven, my feelings were complicated, sir. Your feelings weren't complicated. You were still mitre, whatever. Correct me. Y'all gonna correct me in the comments anyway. Whatever the word is, you was still the boss. You was still the boss, running everything. This, oh, woe is me. I just want to be loved. You'll never be loved, Armand.
Oh, not never. I mean, you know, if he ain't grown in these 80 years and learned not to lie, I don't. It's no hope for you, Armand. Before we jump into Louis burning it down, let me read some more of you guys' comments. Y'all keep it going. Let's see. We got $5 here yet again. Thank you. Things would have gotten real weird if that cat meowed back at him. It absolutely would. It absolutely would. I would have ran it back 3 more times. Because what? That would have really stopped him in his track. Thank you, Tony Roberts, for this $1.99. Armand was like, I'm leaving here with something. I'm leaving here with something.
Thank you. He left with a fledgling and his tree. I'm leaving here with something.
I'm leaving here with something or somebody. Like, oh, we had to go through all of this to leave here with something. Before we jump into him leaving here with something, we got to give it up for my mans, because I was anticipating this rage, this revenge, and all of these good things, and Louis absolutely delivered. We will be right back. Y'all keep running it up. We have almost 100 people here in this live. We love to see it. Okay, I'm sorry. Burn it down. Burn it all down. We get into it being 13 against 1. This is, not some easy feat. Our man's had to prepare, and boy, did he not. We get into him taking back his whole, first of all, the tweetly deedly dead on the mirror. That absolutely sent me somewhere that I did not want to be. But if I can be honest, I ain't give 2 hells about none of the people in that coven. I was waiting to get to Santi, honey. I was waiting to get to Santiago because I just knew it was about to be a showdown for the gods. Say that ish about Claudia to my face. 6 by fire, 2 by blade, 2 by combination, and 4 got away. Can I be called Santiago? Oh, that sent me. Oh my God, it was everything. Yeah. Better yet, Francis, child. Bye-bye to them sister wives. Santiago, I am going to come to you first because, my boy, I expected a little bit more fight out of you. I thought we were going to be, tussling for a minute. We were going to leap into the sky, throw some fly. I was like, oh, we just going to come out and chop my boy's head off. Santi, what happened?
And kick it like a soccer ball. I said, well, dang. Is it kickball? Is it dodgeball? What are we playing, Louis? But I will make this observation because when I watched the episode the first time, I said this felt like 3 different experiences. This felt like 3 different movies, very distinct. And this is the one that I think I love the most because it definitely gave 1940s noir vibes. The narration, the music, it made me feel like I was watching Bogey. I mean, like a psychopathic Bogey who's out to kill everyone in the universe. But it gave all the things that I needed. The little tete-a-tete between Santiago, aka Francis, and Louis. I live for the moments. Do you hear me? Because one thing about Santiago, he ain't gonna go down without saying something. He ran his mouth like only a true ish talker can. And even, up to the point where he flew up out the sewer and got wiped out and head kicked like a football. He gave the conversation we needed. I will say it was low down and dirty to talk about using that baby's ashes as eyeshadow and popcorn, and how he pleasured himself. I didn't like that part. But Louis, you gotta pay. Especially after that little note on the mirror. He said, don't blame Armand. Don't blame anybody else. This was all me, Santiago. But unfortunately, Santi, it wasn't all you. You had help. You had a big helper.
Which makes so much sense when we get into the narrative of him saying, like, this whole portrayal of this Santiago, baby, you ain't never been that. You've been putting on for these people the whole time. You've been weak. You didn't even have no air in your chest. You was trying to be cute. That's why it was so easy for him to run across that table that episode and grab that tongue. You were all talking actor. Your name is Francis. Come outside, Francis. I'm trying to see something. Louis, what's happening here?
You know what I thought about when he called him Francis was the freestyle in 8 Mile when he was like, your real name is Clarence. Like that's how I kept But I thought it was really good. I couldn't figure out where Louis got all this man biography from. Like, where did he pull up all this information from all that time? Maybe he had it the whole time. I don't know, but I just love that. I thought it was the perfect time to pull it out, Francis. And he kept calling him Francis, and it made sense because looking at Santiago, he doesn't give Santiago. He gives David. He gives like Peter. Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like a James. He don't give Santiago. So that makes sense. That's like his little alter ego. So I thought the scene was dope. I agree. It was very like, it could have been black and white. Like it could have been, you know what I mean? Somebody with a, and I think maybe that's why Louis had his trench coat on in this scene, because back in the 40s and the black and white noir movies, everybody had a trench coat on, baby, and a little hat. And you know what I mean? It was like a vibe. It was like a look that they had. But I just thought Louis looked very sexy and crazy in this scene. And I really, really enjoyed it. I was disappointed that Santiago went out because I want to see them fight. I want to see these vampires scrap in the streets and destroy things. And they haven't done that except for Armand and Lestat. But that was only like for 3 seconds. So hopefully next season they listen to me and make them fight more. But I was glad that Louis stepped on his head and it was really fun for me. It was really great. And I also realized too that you have to separate, because I was like, why he just didn't burn them? Like I thought you had to burn the bodies to, kill them. But somebody in my comments said that if you cut their head off, you have to separate the body from the head or it'll like reattach and then they'll just be back to normal. So that's another reason he kicked it down the street. But that was good. I like he stepped on it and kicked it. That was fun for me.
Armand.
I love this whole scene. I think I watched this several times. I had to keep rewinding it back because Louis was a real G in this one. He was a real G. And I like the little nod that he was mocking Santiago's voice like Santiago did him in the restaurant, where he was like, I can copy your accent. And Louis said, oh, but I got your accent and I got your maker's accent. Your name is Francis. Come to me, Francis, because I got something for you. And he did. And I loved it. I actually wish it was more low, slow, because he deserved a gruesome death. But he got him though. We got him.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, y'all, he did talk about his micropene as well. And that was really
balls that big. It just make it look small. You know what I'm saying? I got them cojones, okay? Claudia, what's up with the eyeshadow, popcorn, and lubricant? How low can you be? Damn, what did Claudia do that was that bad? Jesus.
I knew Santi's little peen was small when old girl was giving him top in the back of the theater, and she wasn't even breaking a sweat. It was just like quick and bad. So I suspected, but it was confirmed with Louis in this episode. I do think it was rushed. So I wish it was drawn out a little longer. But at the same time, I feel like that maybe rang a little true to Santiago's character, because he isn't that great of a planner. I don't feel like he did try to put this coup together against Armand, but Armand knew the whole time. It's like everything that he's done pretty much has kind of been known to the people who were looking. So I feel like, okay, maybe he just acts on passion as opposed to really plotting things out in a meticulous way. But I loved Louis' overcoat too, because it did speak to that, noir kind of aspect, but it also served to make him look so gaunt and like malnourished, because he would have been after being starved and crazy. And look at him, it looked like he's about to fall off his shoulder in a sexy way, but it is making him look a little gaunt. And just shout out to the wardrobe department. They put it together. But yeah, this scene was a little rushed, but I still enjoyed it.
It was. That up-tempo jazz was everything. I was like, all right, I don't know where we going, but I'll be happy when we get there, child.
Mm-hmm.
When we get to getting into jazz, that's us really getting into Louis being in Paris. He being his best fantasy. And his little beret child being an art dealer that never was. But bye, Francis. See, you were a very, very great villain while you lasted, but we knew you wasn't going to make it through the season. How long have you been lying to me? I said since day one. I yelled at the TV since day one. Going for Lestat next, and I'm never forgiving you, Armand. Now, this whole little sit down here, y'all know I love me some Louis, and I'll be rocking with him, but when he was doing his master plan and I'm killing everybody, I'm going for Armand, and I'm like, you ain't killing Armand and Lestat. But puppy breaks. Puppy breaks, we already know that it's not going that far. But this scene sent me, I was giggling so much at Armand, because he was just like, you know what, why didn't you think to team up with me? Warn me. Why? Because, I had my coven of, all these years, and I just had no guarantee that your love could last me that long. How did I know you weren't going to leave me? Huh? I didn't know that, so I chose my coven. Louis, what's up with this?
So in this scene, I just was thinking about what the hell is wrong with Armand? Like, first of all, why would you even? So it really frustrated me in this scene, because he's the throw a rock and hide your hand spokesperson of the world. Like, you do all these terrible things, lie about it, manipulate, move the puzzle pieces all around, get caught. And then all of a sudden you got your doe eyes out. All of a sudden, I didn't know if you were going to love me wait, first of all, no. It's like, I understand that you were, you have a traumatic backstory and you were made as like a young man and you ain't really know, but you also old as hell. So I really don't have time for that. I was very frustrated by him in this scene, because he could have done that with Louis. Louis looked like they're trying to get me. Oh no, we gonna get them type of dude.
Yeah.
So if he wanted to do that with Lestat, Lestat must be talking about me.
Sometimes.
Girl. If he wanted to do that with Louis, I know Louis would have been about it. Like, Louis could have been like, yeah, we're gonna Thelma Louise this thing together, and we would have did it. But Armand is just a liar and a cheat and a deceiver and a heartbreaker. And I just really am upset with him right now.
Oh, these are the things that make me mad at Louis, though. Like, this whole scenario should have told you that this man is no good. Like, he had every opportunity to save you, to try to save Claudia, to even just give you a warning. And you do, like, the fact that he didn't. But, Louis is always trying to think the best in the likes of Armand and even Lestat when they're doing
Armand got that yam. Armand got the yam. That's what it is. Because Claudia said, when you get in love, you get dumb. He looked at Armand and them suspenders in them eyeballs and thought about that coffin rocking back and forth. And he was like, oh, maybe it wasn't that bad. I mean, no. So we be
all right. Speaking of yam in suspenders, Santiago, what's up with this? You muted, Ashley.
Oh no, girl. Because I be talking. Okay. Yeah. Armand's lied from day one. Absolutely. When he said, oh, the night you changed Madeline, why do we continue on in the lies? Like, it's like, once you get exposed, why don't you just own it, Armand? That way you might have had a chance to have received real love at some point in your life. But here's the thing, right? With Louis in this moment, I love this Louis, right? I loved Louis saying, all right, that's enough. I'll never forgive you. Wake me up when the night falls so I can go see about Lestat. That's the only thing you're good for, right, Armand, in this moment, is to be my alarm clock. So do that. And he did it because he likes the drama as well. But what I think is so interesting, and this is probably one of the things I don't know if the show fully captured, right? Because I've heard it and I've read it online multiple places, that Armand's embrace of the laws is something that like sustains him. And so him holding the, those whatever laws so close to his heart, I wonder if that's what causes him. I'm not giving no excuses to Armand, y'all, but I wonder if that gives him his justification for all of the lies and deceit, right? And all of the things that he perpetrated behind Louis's back. But again, like I said from the beginning, Armand never really loved Louis. He wanted to possess Louis. And so it doesn't surprise me any of his actions or any of these lies.
Claudia?
I'm leaning towards, yeah, he definitely wanted to possess Louis. It's giving less love and more of the reason why he went along with it was to bring Louis to heel in a way, like to humble him and put him in his place in a way. Because Louis was starting to he was becoming less enchanted with Armand in a way. And also, it was just I don't know. It just feels like he just did this to bring Louis to a heel. And I love the scene because visually, you see they're in the dark and there's this slither of light in between. So things are coming to light here. It's slowly things are being revealed. I love that about this scene. And I just don't understand why Armand would do this, given that Louis was kind of earlier in the season, we saw that he was down to help him plot to give Santiago that fake little bit of slack on his leash, saying, yeah, let him feel like he's in charge and yada, yada, yada. He was plotting with him, but then something happened and he said, no, let me humble this man, Louis here. But either way, I'm tired of Armand. Like he can kick rocks, them rocks that's in Louis' ankles.
Armand, how does it feel to see your plan working in motion?
I mean, why you got to give up all your secrets and stuff? Of course, he gonna keep the lie. We knew he was lying since he came up to Louis in the park talking about, "I will never harm you." Okay, that was the first lie because this was a whole lot of harm. So we knew he was lying all through there. But you can't see when you start when you admit to stuff, then people be like, "Oh, so you really that powerful?" Okay, if we gonna beat Gizmo the Gremlin, I can't let everybody know what I'm capable of. So yes, I'm gonna bat my eyes and be like, "I ain't even know they was gonna do all that. I tried my best to save you." Because why I gotta tell you all my ancient powers? Okay,
No,
people get bored. You live 500 years. He might have needed a little excitement. This was fun.
Hey, that's right up there with his. Why did I give you my one cowardly act as if he ain't been a coward all this time? Oh, let me read these super chats. Thank you so much to the Angel 66 for the $4.99. Love the cosplay, ladies. Armand wanted Louise to burn down the theater to cover up his betrayal, but it comes back on him 80 years later. Absolutely, you can't hide over there with them doughy eyes and the suspenders for too long. Everything's going to eventually come to light. I hate that it took 80 years, but it came. Thank you. Hello, Hypergreen05. Thank you for the $5. I expect Lestat's story to span 2 seasons and we'll probably see Akasha at least once. I'm hoping to see a lot of Akasha, honestly. I'm hoping because Akasha's story is really, really interesting and I would love to see her thing, brought to light and came into fruition. The same thing that we've been able to do with this show. We couldn't really accomplish a whole lot in the Queen of the Damn movie, so I think it'll be really interesting to breathe some life into her story. Like it's really amazing. Here to be entertained. Us too. Thank you so much for the $5. My favorite part was Reid, get dinner started. Reid, baby Reid. He did. That was good. Reid said, I already know what's bad. I've been on borrowed time working with the Talamaster anyway. I'm getting the hell out of here.
As you should.
At least somebody did, because Daniel was sitting there. Oh, Lord. Thank you so much for the $5. Now, this is for somebody on their channel. Who is this for? Because y'all need to read it. They blessed you. This is not for me. Ashley, is this you with the $50?
That's got to be L, I think.
It must be L because it's not me.
Yeah. It's gotta be L. She's muted, I think.
Louis,
is it me? I'm not paying attention. Wait a minute. Oh, that is me.
I can't stand her.
Well, not do. Okay, to the lovers, Louis and Lestat are mine. Bye, bitch. Santiago, at least one head was good for something. And RIP, Algie, Claudia, job well done. Ladies, I've loved watching your live. Thank you, Trice, P, and M. I appreciate that. That's a big boss move.
Yes, that is. Thank you. I thought she should have read that herself because that's $50, $40. Because that's $50. Right? Let me show y'all some love for that, for blessing us. Continue to do so. We have 425 people here in this live. Let's keep it going. Let's keep running it up. And we will definitely be right back. I saw somebody in the chat say that I need to play Armand's theme song, Kitty Cat. We will not be playing that because we ain't about the Kitty Cat no more. He is gone and he is single. I have a brand new tune for him. Like, why would we play that? Well, we need to play, let's see, because I don't feel like he can complain about his kitty cat no more. He can't. Like you made your kitty cat unwanted, did you not?
Very true. Very true. Being
Poor kitty cat. Poor kitty cat.
brainwash
somebody else, mind bend them and getting,
That's
Dang.
right.
It's about to be
That's right.
quiet.
That's all right. We're gonna go ahead and just play this one, but we don't want to hear nothing else about your kitty cat ever again, Armand.
I'm so cold, you got me out here. I've been taking on all this baggage, adding on so much weight. Had me thinking that I was average, when you really don't play. All you need, but I was wrong. She was wrong. Hey, how you gonna throw it away? How you gonna sit and act like it was nothing? Yeah. How you gonna throw it away? How you gonna make it so damn hard to explain? How you gonna throw it away and say my love that I was not the same? Yeah. How you gonna throw it away? Acting like the same and nothing to you.
Y'all keep them super chats coming. I got another song for Armand later because once we get slapped, that means we single. Or whatever happened, I really wanted to see them fisticuffs behind that wall. We just felt the impact. I wanted to see him get slung around a little bit because he deserved every single ounce of that. Thank y'all so much for showing us love. We really, really appreciate it. And keep liking and getting those comments up. We love all the growth here in the chat. This is amazing. This was my favorite scene here. Along with that, I'm gonna let the beautiful ending in that situation that we're gonna get to with Louis and Lestat. That stands alone. But I have been waiting forever for these three to get in a room together. A pale proxy of me. The whole situation here of, you know what, since we can't kill you because not only do I have Magnus blood in me, but I have Akasha's blood in me also. Child, when he said, Magnus had a thing for those dirty blondes, he didn't chain me up like those. I was the exception. Matter of fact, there was some dirty blondes over there and some dirty blondes over there where the gremlin's standing. When he called Armand a gremlin, that absolutely sent me. But the fact that we stood here with a straight face, like, you know what, since we can't kill you, and I just hate what you did to Claudia, what you allowed, you came all this way and let that happen, your torment will be being alone. And also, I'm going to go off and live my best life with Armand, and you'll have some pale man in comparison to what Louis could ever be. It's like, we just really going to say, we stand here, I'm going to be with him out of spite. Like, and it just all this episode, even though Armand pissed me off, rightfully so. There is a whole lot of like, how low of a self-esteem do you have to be okay with this? Like the way like you got chose out of spite. That is terrible. Santi, how did you feel about this scene? Because I loved it, and I felt sorry and for Amon like this much, because it's just like we felt those undertones. Like, okay, go ahead, be with him. Let's see how long it holds.
No pity. I didn't feel sorry for Armand at all. Not ever. Not ever, especially hindsight being 2020. You know who I was proud of and I felt bad for because they played out my boy bad. I was hurt about Lestat. I mean, I was hurt for Lestat. My feelings was hurt for him. I mean, he down there pondering all his life's decisions, talking about I'm in, Magnus's lair. Yeah, he's like, yeah, those were the, what did he call them? Basically, those were the rejects, the ones that didn't work. And I'm the only proper progeny, right, of him. But yeah, no, I just felt bad for him. And Louis, this was such a city girl move. I hate to say it, but why are you doing this? This is your death, Lestat. I'm gonna be with Armand forever. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Armand, he just went along with it. Who wants to be second choice? Put on your big boy draws, Armand, and he should have walked away in that moment because really he don't want you. You're again, whoever said it before, the longest rebound in history, right? But yeah, Lestat gonna give him the business anyway, and he's like, I wonder how long this is gonna hold. And I wish Louis would have paid attention to that phrasing. Daniel did. Because when we come back present day, Daniel said, wonder what he meant by that. What kind of hold? So even in this moment, Armand has some sort of mind-binding spell on Louis. But yeah, and this was my other little qualm with it. They're little bitty fire in the hand. That wasn't scaring nobody. That wasn't scaring Lestat. He said, I got Magnus blood. I got Akasha's blood, baby. There ain't nothing you can do to me down here in this lair. So go on, ease on down the road, and I'll see you again, Louis.
No, I felt sorry for Armand for like 2 seconds. Then, of course, I snapped back into reality. Not only did you come here to be with my man, but you came here with the hopes of, I hope he don't out me. I hope he don't say that he saved me instead of like this could mess up my whole situation. It was just absolutely terrible. But I'm always here for Lestat standing on business. It was giving my favorite scene from Titanic. I hope you two enjoy your time together. Like, go on, bye. Bye. Even though we know he's hurting and breaking down on the inside. Like, okay, well, let's see how long it holds. Armand, what's up with this? It's your weak self.
It held for about 80 years, didn't it? tried to kill him and still walked away with him in the end. Y'all got to know that. Give it up for him. That was smooth. Okay. Like I tried to burn you and your sister, and I had you burnt down the whole theater for me. Okay. And I still had you for about 80 years. Almost killed you. You didn't know it.
I hate it, Armand. I hate it. Okay, I'm not about to play with you in this live because this giving like it worked for 80 years. Yeah, you had it your way, I had it mine. I had you for 80 years. Say it, Claudia.
I love this scene because Lestat, he gonna be sassy one way or the other. He gonna get a little slick comment and ain't nobody gonna check him. That's what's funny. They never checked this man. He said whatever he want. Yeah, the fact that Armand came in there knowing that Lestat could out him at any second. I know he was sweating in his boots, girl, and couldn't wait to get out of there. That's why he was letting Louis, kiss and leave, because he was like, let's just go, baby. Just he couldn't wait to get out of there. But I do, hindsight, I feel bad for Lestat a little bit, knowing what we know, because they just put each other through it. Like Louis said, he killed Lestat, but he couldn't burn him. And Lestat put him through this trial, had him tortured, but couldn't kill him. So it's like their connection is so toxic and horrible and strong. It's so upsetting.
It's terrible because it's like we could, and it's the same. Like it was just a push and pull. Like nobody here is really better than the other. Lestat didn't go out of his way to save Claudia neither. Like It's just really, really bad. But it is, hindsight is absolutely 2020. I just love the fact that Lestat is not overly over there harboring information, but for him to come back here and stay here, this is really the beginning of him contemplating, like, yes, I went through with it, but why? Like, he's really starting to deal with those demons. And I think that was partially why he also just kind of let Louis go and not say anything. Louis, how did you feel about this?
So, I told you I watched it several times. The first time I didn't pay a word of attention because 1, 2, 3 of them was looking so good, baby. I was waiting for them to all be together in reality and not like they were all together in that dungeon. And look at them. They were looking so good. And like, even though, now we understand, because I was like, why is Lestat crouching down on the ground like that? I know he's upset about Claudia, but I wouldn't. Lestat just don't seem like the sit on the ground type person. Like, why is he down there? Just looking so downtrodden. But when he got up and they had that whole exchange, I was like, baby, this is tea right here. Like, they were just being so sassy with each other, and I loved it. But I didn't feel sorry for Armand. Even though, we didn't know all the things as of yet, I didn't feel sorry for him because he's had decades to get his shit together and to help his self-esteem and to make better choices. And he's chosen to do the same raggedy stuff that he's always done since the 1500s or whatever. So, he deserved whatever he got. He just was looking so good. I didn't pay attention the first couple times, but I also can't wait to see and learn more about Magnus, because that's like the second or third time that we've heard that name, and to see baby Lestat. And when he said Akasha, baby, he put respect on that name. He said it with the syllables, Akasha's blood in me. I was like, oh, okay. If I didn't know who Akasha was, I would know that she was somebody. By the way he said her name. So I can't wait to see that.
That's Akasha. That's Mama Yuda. She's impervious to a whole lot. It take a whole. If he has Akasha's blood, and the equivalent of taking Lestat down is taking Akasha down, we're in trouble. We are absolutely in trouble. I cannot even move on to that next slide, y'all. We have some more super chats in the house. We have $2. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who will they cast as Akasha? Tiana Taylor, I hope. I love Tiana Taylor. She's beautiful. I love her abs. She's a down performer. Actor, no. I don't want to see that, but thank you so much for the $2. Anybody else? Well, that's just me. Is anybody here for Tiana as Akasha?
Her acting wouldn't do well with the cast. They're so good at acting that it would make her acting look worse, given that she's not as established as they are.
Anybody else?
I don't know.
What would be old girl?
I know we saw Aaliyah as Akasha, and she was young, right? But is Akasha a young woman? Because if she's not, if she got a little seasoning on her, I would love to see, DeWanda Wise. I need to see her in something.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Like, I need to see her in something like of another world. You know what I mean? Because she's otherworldly. I would love to see her in something like this. If it's not like a 19-year-old person, you know what I'm saying? So I love DeWanda Wise. I want to see her more. I don't know where she's at and why she's not in everything.
Me too. I loved her for a minute. I will go watch She's Gotta Have It more than I should, just because she's there in full capacity. Yeah. Thank you so much for the $2. Tiana would be interesting, but I just don't think the acting is there. Thank you. She looked good though. Them abs will be added. Right. Let's see. Thank you so much, Hyper Green, for another $5. I hope Akasha is played by Kat Graham, because they did my girl wrong in Vampire Diaries. Kat perfectly pick up where Aaliyah left off. Oh, okay. I think I know who that. I didn't watch Vampire Diaries, but I do believe I know exactly who that is. I don't know. Could any of you guys see that?
Bonnie?
Yeah.
I think I like the look. I don't know. I haven't watched her act in a while, so I want to see where she's at with that. But visually, I think she could pull it off.
Anybody else?
Old girl from Sabrina.
I don't know. I never watched Vampire Diaries. I'm sorry. Was somebody talking?
Oh yeah, old girl from Sabrina. That would be my vote for Akasha. She's been good in Sabrina, and she was in the last season of You. I think she would be good in that role.
Oh, the girl with the Santiago hair.
Yeah.
Okay. What were you saying, Elle?
I was just saying I hadn't seen Vampire Diaries, but I've seen Kat Graham, and she just looks so sweet. Like I don't want, you know what I mean? She's just so sweet in the face. I want somebody that is
Striking.
like,
I cut you. Thank you. Tony Roberts for the $1.99. He wasn't a beige pillow that day. Forever a beige pillow. Beige, vanilla, big comfy couch, no color, beige apartment, beige Persian rug. It's every day, Tony Roberts. You know, he's not beige in his plotting and planning and all the manipulating stuff he does. But as far as personality, it can get a little beige. I'm sorry, Armand. We love you though. Thank you. Thank you, Tisha White for the $5. Lestat said, I am number one. I will never be number two. It won't. It's not. I hope you two enjoy your time together. Go off. You don't even know who you're living with. Go. Bye. Have fun. You'll be back. Now, the state I'm going to be in until you return, that's something different. But you'll be back. Oh, once again, this is not for me. This is a super sticker. This is a $50 super sticker. Is this, who's this? Santi? Louis? Who's this?
That's Louis.
Thank you, Candy. Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
You said, is this you?
Yeah.
Oh, let me find out. Let me find out the people are over there. Thank you, Kathy Jones. We greatly appreciate it. Oh, y'all, it's some more. Let me scroll down. Oh, snap. Who is this? Who is this for the $100? Thank you. Who's this? Is this me?
Yeah.
It must be you. Yes, you are Louis.
Thank you so much, Kiwi23. I appreciate the $100. Something for each of you for all of your hard work. I love your coverage, humor, energy, and insight. You all make a good team. First super ever. Oh, wow. Thank you. Well deserved. We appreciate. Oh, let me go run it up because y'all trying to keep lights on at the facility. Thank you. At Struggle Headquarters. Thank you so much. Let me show y'all some love because we are about to go all the way off into Armand being a gremlin and getting beat up and being a single man out here in these streets. We will be right back. It's all right, Armand. I do believe somewhere under some rocks there is a man out here for you. But what we're not going to do is start it off with a lie and end up how we ended up here. Child Daniel said, not on my watch when he slammed that hand down on that table. More than one person in that room could have saved you. Happily ever after? I do not think so. Now we have them at this portion like, well, that's it. You know, we're about to wrap it up. We went off after that and traveled and ended up in Dubai. And, you know, it's been 80 years, almost 80 years to the day. You know, Armand thought it was it. Armand took a sigh of relief and said, finally, I don't have to be nervous up the throat area that my secret is going to be unleashed. We are okay. Daniel, come on in here. Rashid. But we have him per usual. I have some follow-up questions. We love Daniel with the good old follow-up questions. I love the fact that Daniel has been waiting and collecting every single ounce of information, even from season 1. You remember when he put all those soldiers out? there's a span to Lestat's capability to where he could have saved you. Y'all, when that scene ran back and we have my baby straining blood from the earlobe to save him, and we literally have him sitting there, and that, I think y'all called it a baby gate last live, sitting there behind that baby gate. Nobody's there because we had to point out Sam is in two places in your story. Not only is he here, but he's putting you in the coffin also. Make it make sense. Now, I'm going to come to Santi first. I want to know how you felt about this scene. And also, child, we was really trying to get Daniel up. And come on in here. We got a surprise for you. I think they was about to take Daniel out.
Santiago? I don't know what was about to happen at dinner because he said, we got something special for you. I don't know what that was all about. But when I watched this, audibly, I said to myself, Daniel, you better do your job. You better do your job, Daniel. You hear me? No fear. Because at this point, he's sick and tired of being sick and tired. He said more than one person in there could have saved you. I want you to think about it. I want you to go back, baby. And when I tell you the notes in the margins will get you every single time, not only were you there for the rehearsals, like you said, oh, I was just there. Little Munchkin Land gremlin, you were the writer, the director, the producer. You were Tyler Perry. I was through. I was outdone. And when Louis started flipping them pages with his vampire manicure, I said, oh, it's over now, baby. He reading it. He took it back. He said, let me stop. He said, let me pull it up again. And when he left the room, it was up and it stuck. The only thing I'm mad about is I didn't get to see the actual beat down. We just saw the sky falling on Daniel, and Daniel, very, very slow, Daniel. That's the one note I have for you, boo-boo. If it ever goes down like that again, I need you to hurry up and exit stage left. Don't sit there looking around. Go find something to do, because when Armand's face changed, I said, Molly, you in danger, girl. You in danger.
I just loved it. Daniel in them glasses, like, yeah, you thought you got away, didn't you? Absolutely not. This scene was just really intense and everything, because they really thought that this was the end of their narrative, and he opened a whole book of worms. Claudia, were you here for the direction? Because we directed, starred, wrote in it damn near. We went just
yeah, he when all the lies come spilling out, what's done in the dark, shall come out in the light. We got that in this episode. The fact that he was really scribbling them notes on the side, child, and thought it wasn't going to come out. I guess he thought it burnt in the fire, and he was just as shocked as the rest of us when it came out. Shout out to Sam for turning his life around and becoming a DJ.
You say he's still punk.
Right. Oh, exactly. He's something. And still working in the arts in a different genre. Daniel, yeah, he was too slow getting up off that table for me. Especially in the movies when some go down and you got that one person like, oh, what's going on? Let me investigate. Like, sir, Rashid got out of there because Rashid know when it's time to get the hell out of Dodge. Okay. Daniel didn't get the memo. And that was so funny to me. But yeah, hilarious.
I love that we had them planning, and hey, this is when the fact that he had it wrote in, let's just really dig. We need an animation there. I think it's a little too soon for Lestat to gaze at Louis. Like, I need you to not look at him. And even in that moment, you have Lestat go, how the hell you gonna keep Claudia from getting up out of her seat? Oh, they'll fuck. You don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know the strength. I was like, oh, and yet and still you let my girl die. I'm still mad at you about that, but I was living for all of that. Louis, were you here for the reveal that we have been waiting on? The gremlin was a liar this whole time. We knew that though.
That scene was so good because it was like Daniel had like gas trapped in his body and he needed like a burp. Like, it was just like a relief to just Lestat Louis. What's that boy name? Armand didn't save you. And he was like, girl, come on now. Like, you didn't think about it all this time. And I was very glad that he was so like impassioned about it, you know what I mean? Because Daniel was like, oh yeah, so you didn't see it coming, huh? He's very very even keeled most of the time, but in this moment, my boy was talking with some exclamations, and I just really love that. And it was shocking to me because I didn't see it coming. I was paying attention and it never dawned on me. And I feel like Louis, it never dawned on his him either, because he was like, I just murdered this man. Ain't no way he gonna come all this way to save me when I just slit his throat the other day. So, I thought it was a really great scene. I was also shocked that Sam the vampire be in the feds too. I didn't see that coming either.
It's always the quiet ones you got to worry about. But it just all came together because it was like, I know you last episode, you was like, why you got Sam of all people standing there? He ain't guarding nothing, because it was, it was a setup this whole time. Matter of fact, there wasn't even really just anybody there the entire time. But I just loved all the strength it took for him to get that banishment out and just the plotting and planning. And it was just killing me that we have Raglan James like, get up, get out of there. Stuff is about, and he's just like, oh, is that the ceiling? Like, Daniel, if you don't get up, and I know that Daniel was, like, I need to get all my things. If you don't get up and get out of there, Armand, you are found out to be the gremlin that you are. It's about time. You're trash, Armand. How'd you feel about this?
I mean, he had everybody fooled for almost 80 years. I mean, y'all should be giving him an Oscar, okay? This play was the talk of the town, okay? They are digging up in the archives to find out about this play and the theater and how it burned down. Where is the Oscar for best writer and director and producer, okay? Everybody believed it for decades, okay? That's some good writing. That's some good directing. If somebody believed my foolishness for over 70 years.
No, this is sick, Armand. You was gonna let the love of your life just die? What kind of love is that?
I mean,
do you think that maybe Armand knew? I mean, he had to know, but do you think that? Well, never mind. No, he didn't know. Never mind.
That might save him. Absolutely. Yeah. Even just lying at the table, I could finally say now that he loved you. Like, the fact that he took credit for it, that is so trash. And then we have him straining for dear life, like one of the X-Men, like he was really doing something. This was all a lie.
An Oscar-worthy performance. Y'all not seeing it? He sold it. Everybody believed this. Almost 80 years, okay? It was in there. And Daniel wouldn't even have found it out if it wasn't for the Talamaster, okay? Daniel, you act like you put it all together. Shout out to Raglan James for giving you all the little
real one, because he didn't have to do that. But I was glad, because this entire show was like, are they gonna turn him? Is he gonna get out? Is he gonna die? Like, he needed something to make sure he limped up out of there at the end of the day. This was the smoking gun. I had to protect myself somehow and also save my friend Louis in the process, because they had grew close by this time. I just really wanted to know what they was gonna do for dinner and what they had planned, because it sounded like they was gonna take my boy out, but we didn't get that. We did not get that. But this revelation was absolutely amazing, and I just love seeing this. Look, y'all, look at Armand's face.
What if he was trying to? What if he was trying at the same time?
What was that for? What was all of that for at the bottom? What was that?
This was a team trying to get that Oscar. This is Oscar-winning acting right here. Y'all see how much y'all believe it? That's how y'all didn't even know Lestat was over there in the corner, ear bleeding and all, trying to do this. Look at Armand. He said, "Look at me. I am the star." You see, this is acting, okay? Action. Give us more emotion.
Real actor, baby, because he needed to lay low. He's the real actor here. That's who the award should go to, because we didn't even notice it. It was just like, and I love the direction of the show in this episode. They really played on our intentions and thinking, like, even though he's a liar, he's this and he's that. We just thought this entire time he didn't want to save Claudia because he didn't want to save her. We know why, but the fact that you were going to let Louis die and you planned it and orchestrated it and directed it, you Spike Lee, this whole situation, that is sick.
Look at that. You see that improv? That face wasn't even planned at the beginning. But when you see that audience trying to change their mind, he said, "Let me do something real quick. And let me act like it was me, because this wasn't."
Y'all think he put a little something on it? Y'all think he put a little with the assist?
He put nothing on that. That was all my man sat down here. This was all him. Like, the fact that he decided to take credit for it, though, says a whole lot about, his one cowardly act. You've been a coward for quite some time, and it's really unfortunate, Armand, because you're so pretty and we love you. Why you gotta be like this?
His
Y'all
whole
believed it. It was
life.
y'all believed it though. So whose fault is it? His or theirs? That y'all
Which
y'all
Reid?
wasn't smart enough to figure it out 70 years ago.
It's a forgery, Louis. It's a forgery. Lies. He couldn't walk that back if he tried. Well, guess what, John? You're the motherfucking improper influence. That's all that was going through my mind when this scene happened. This was giving me all the wait to exhale teas that I would ever want. Get your ish, and get out, please. If you touch Daniel, I will kill you. And of course, we
Period.
see thank Daniel. Daniel's still sitting there like he doesn't have everything on a backup floppy disk. I don't understand why we were sitting there, and it was just like, well, I can't leave all of them. Get the stuff and get up out of there. But we have him get beat up. Oh man, I wanted to see it, but rightfully so. When I come back, you better not be here. Claudia, were you here for this?
Yes, I was here for. I'm looking at Daniel in this picture, man. Oh, hilarious. I love that when, the stuff hit the fan, all the books fell on the table. Everything's scattered. I love the visual of that. Even though we didn't get to see like the fight, I feel like they did a lot with the effects that they were able to use. Because I'm sure it's expensive filming this show with, all the period clothing and, the back and forth and the powers and the visual changes. And so I feel like they made the budget work, honey, and everything looked good. So I ain't mad at it. But yeah, I don't think Louis would have hurt Daniel with whatever dinner they had cooking, because he already had like a little camaraderie with him after he found out what Armand was doing to him. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I enjoyed this.
I did. I enjoyed. I was like, finally, Louis, some autonomy. This is what I wanted. It's just like a whole transformation happened in that moment, and he took back a portion of his self that's been missing for damn near 80 years. I hate that it took this long to get here, but this was absolutely everything. Louis, you showed out.
I was thinking when I was watching because I told you it annoyed me that Armand kept the books in the sky. Well,
yeah.
And so for Louis to knock Armand head between the washer and the dryer, and that's how we knew it when the books fell down, I was like, yes, that's what I need to see. I love that. But, Daniel at this point is where I thought Daniel wanted to die, right? Because he had always talked about how he messed up his daughters, he messed up his marriage, the book wasn't work like his previous books or something. His career was in the toilet, he was sick. And I'm like, baby, the way you packing up them manila folders, you want to die, sir. Because when something like this happens, you remember in The Color Purple, when I forgot what happened, when the piano man was like, time to go. And he heard, and the piano, it was like most people, when things happen and they're in an unsafe place or a place that they don't know, they usually be like, well, let me get the hell up out of here. Daniel was like, let me pack my bags, take a drink of water, run to the bathroom, go check on the people to see what happened, and then I'm going to leave. That's when I figured that Daniel probably wants to leave. But I was so glad that Louis finally stood the hell up, okay? And I realized that he, I guess, was punishing himself, right? Like him being with Armand was his punishment. And we saw what Lestat's punishment was later on in the episode. Yeah. But at this point, he probably was like, I don't need to punish myself anymore. Yes, players mess up. Okay, I made a bad choice. I was not a good father and a good brother and all the things. But he's been manipulating me this whole time. And it's time for me to stand up and go do whatever it is I need to do in my vampire life. So it was good to see my boy coming back. See that picture down there with his nose flared up? That's New Orleans Louis coming back.
That's the pimp hand strong Louis. That's 7-wall Louis. Armand, how did it feel to get your head knocked between the washer and dryer?
Wait, because first of all, who you talking to? Who is you talking to, Louis? Who? Okay,
you, Bookie.
Come on, don't harm Daniel.
You the one with your beautiful eyes and flawless skin. We talking to you.
Is this a divorce court? Divorce court?
Like somebody said, I'm leaving here with something.
You take that tree and
you take that tree. That's all you need is that tree.
Yeah.
I said, before I leave, I'm getting my tree and I'm leaving with a fledgling. Okay, I'm leaving here with something. Because who you talking to, Louis? You still ain't got me. Okay, you should have took Daniel with you. And now I have a fledgling and we're connected for life. Okay, You and your little best friend, he's connected to me for life.
Oh, shut up, mister. I have never turned anybody. It repulses me. Lies. You been lying all your life.
You turned Daniel so fast.
Santiago, I hope that old blood tastes good to you.
Baby,
Santiago.
I said, finally, Louis, we have broken the curse. You are out from under this spell. When he got up there and he said, "You not to touch him, understand?" I think that's how he said, "Understand?" I said, "Oh." I said, "Okay, you better stand on big business, sir." I liked it. That kind of turned me on a little bit. That was the first time I think Louis didn't turn me on. I was like,
"That's the first time? Okay, girl."
He's been fine. Okay, he's been fine, but the weakness has been a turnoff for me. But this moment, I said, "All right now, Louis, all right." But it gave everything I needed to do. I mean, needed him to do. And then Armand just looking there like a lame duck. Look, you just look beat up in the middle of the floor. Like, oh, okay. Louis. I was like, "Louis, you better get him. And then don't be here when I get back." I loved everything about the moment except for Daniel moving in slow motion. Come on, sir. And then when they leave, and Louis coming out and Daniel's still fumbling. And I'm like, "What are you fumbling with? Get out the house."
Trying to find Rashid.
Who that called my name?
Then Louis sets the laptop on fire. And I said, okay. And he said, "Well, I'm going to wire $10 million to your account, Daniel. So you said, going about your business. Don't worry about Armand." I really just wish we would have gotten some insight into Daniel being turned, because that was like the thriller for me for this episode when we see that later.
Oh, no.
Hopefully we will, though. Hopefully we will next season and give some clarity about him.
Y'all, we got some more super chats here. Let me make sure that I read them. Thank y'all. Thank you, Stephen Black, for the $5. The finale was everything, but I can get three-way with Louis and Lestat TV actors. I mean, everybody in a relationship, that vampire throuple, it will be a thing. I would honestly try to get in there with y'all. I know y'all don't want me, but I want to get in there too. That would be absolutely amazing, child. If we got a throuple, that would never happen on the show because they just hate each other so much. But it will be everything in real time. I can see why you would want that. Thank you so much, Stephen, for the $5. We think the same thoughts. Thank you, the Black Panther, for the 1999. Armand said he would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for these meddling testaments to our petty companionship. 10s across the board for everyone's looks tonight. Thank you so much, the Black Panther. It was very much given, and I wouldn't have got away with it too if it wasn't for these meddling kids. If it wasn't for Daniel, he would have made it, because he was not any of the wiser. And I just hate that. I hate that it took Louis this long to get that and take those blinders off. But I am so glad that as soon as this happened, I was on Louis' team instantly. Thank you, Tisha White, for the $2. Daniel was Cookie Lucius. Louis, I would say Lucius. Louis, he playing you. Oh Lord, I have not seen Empire in a very long time, but I just connected what you're trying to say. Thank you so much for the $2. It was definitely giving a Cookie. He playing you. Boo Boo Kitty playing you up in here.
But you know what, though? It shows you how good of a journalist Daniel actually is, though, because he got that thing, saw the thing in the margin, got the script, saw the thing in the margins, asked 3.5 questions, and came to the conclusion and rocked these people world after being together for 80 years. So, he's really, he was doing his thing. And I could tell that's probably why Armand didn't want him there in the first place, because Armand was like, "Lord, this man is he's a real journalist. And if he gets down into the crux of it, he gonna blow up my spot." And that's just what Daniel did. Good job, Daniel.
He better all that love that was fed into him when Louis was all burnt up in 73. He better be the best journalist that he could ever be. But I'm going to show y'all some more love real quick for the engagement, for the super chats. We currently have 450 people here in this live, and we love y'all for it every time. Speaking of Akasha, we will see you guys in a second. We'll be right back.
Take this overboard now. I want you to feel that heat, and we can ride the boogie, share that beat of love. I wanna ride the
Shout out to Akasha. Love me some Aaliyah down. I cannot wait to see the show's interpretation of Akasha and get more into her story, hopefully. In, I don't know if it's going to be season 3 or how they're going to play that, but I feel like our girl needed her own little montage just because she was mentioned here. And I love me some Akasha down. Aaliyah did what needed to be done with that character. Soon as Louis was in the backseat of that car and we heard the man talking in the front seat and the accent and the hurricane, and I was like, oh, he going home. We are finally full circle. I knew that we would end up with Louis going home because he left. You know, there was such negative thoughts around everybody in New Orleans, his family, the situation that happened with Lestat. So the fact that he is coming back to himself and actually going home, I loved it. I knew he was going home, but I knew what he was going home for. We have this little man down here in the corner. First of all, I was here for the historic moment, and I love that New Orleans is filled with so much history. You can go a block and a half down, and you're gonna get some history somewhere in New Orleans. And the fact that we have Louis standing there listening to his own history, and of course we get it wrong, because why wouldn't we? That's what we do, and he's just really reflecting, and we see this young man down here going to gather these rats. I already knew where we were going, y'all, and when I tell you, I was just completely ecstatic when we got there, because who's in New Orleans? Stayed in New Orleans and has never, ever, ever left. One gonna leave. Surrey Pauls. Because I'm going to stay here. This is where you've been existing. No, this is where I've been living. The likeness of Lestat to only only Lestat can, to try to have some dignity in this moment, and we see that he is living in degradation and scarlet child. He's a shell of his former self, and I just love the idea that the both of them have pretty much been suffering this entire time. Y'all been suffering for 80 years. 80 years. Everything about this moment was beautiful to me, and I shed a tear this moment, y'all. I couldn't be a thug no more. I could not be a thug anymore. Like it was a brief tear, but a tear nonetheless, because this was like breathtakingly beautiful and superb acting. As you know, everybody on this panel has stated, if they don't get some awards or something, like they need praise for this. Louis, I am going to come to you first. How did you feel about Louis finally going home, that allure about what once was, and finding Lestat in this state?
I mean, you could imagine how I was, baby. I was very excited. I loved it. And then, you know, what's incredible is that they're on a back lot. They're actually not in New Orleans filming that scene, you know what I mean? But when I tell you the accuracy, baby, I was trying to figure out what street that was. It was like I knew the street. I just didn't know where, you know, in the French Quarter it was. It was very, very accurate. And I love that as soon as Louis was able to let go of, because Louis was in mourning. Okay. Louis dressed in all black, never had any fun. His idea of fun with Armand was to go to the library and look at the ceiling. Okay. That's not what he would have done, right? Louis was from New Orleans, a very lively, vibrant place with lively, vibrant people. And when he got with Armand, he had to let all of that go, right? To live in this life with him and go stare at the ceiling and with a beige pillow and all of that jazz. So when he got back home and he was able to talk to people the way that he usually talked, because the way that he was speaking in Dubai with Armand is not how Louis speaks. And I've been saying that since day one. It was abnormal, and it just seemed like it was like he had on the wrong, it was like he was cosplaying as somebody else. So for him to go back to New Orleans, talk to his driver about going to Essence Fest, and he was like, oh, 2 on the floor, huh? And I was like, yes, Louis, yes, boy. I was so excited. And then, you know, I think the reunion with he and Lestat was absolutely beautiful. I'm not a crier, but when I tell you the slow rollers was slow rolling because it was absolutely fantastic. They both have been punishing themselves. They both have been in mourning because they know they were her fathers, right? And they loved her, but they abused her. They were not good to her. They didn't protect her. They didn't support her. They didn't teach her anything. And she died because of it. And they know that. And so because they had all these things happen, and then they had to be apart from each other and couldn't even help each other go through this thing that they had done together, they finally found each other. And when Louis told Lestat, thank you, and then when Lestat told Louis, when Lestat was like, did you hurt yourself? Baby, listen, take me out. Take me out. I wasn't no more good. This was superb acting. And I also want to say, and I'm gonna stop talking because I'm long-winded. You could tell that the relationship that Sam, Reid, and Jacob Anderson as people have is good. You could tell they are solid because there was a chemistry there that you can't have with somebody that you don't get down with. Like, you have to have that trust in somebody to be able to perform and pull off something like that. And it was just really, really good to see. The hurricane sounds was triggering to you, girl. But other than that, I'm good with it. It was perfect. It was perfection. Because did you hurt yourself? Oh my God. Take me out.
Oh, child, now did you hurt so the fact that we roll up in 2024 and to the date, we know the date, the time, the hour that you called me. Like, I remember, like, I was like, oh, this is so much. Child, yeah. Louis had me at selfish. I was selfish. I wanted you to suffer because I was like, oh yes, come on, Louis, because we know you selfish as hell. Speaking of that, Claudia. Claudia.
I love this scene. Shout out again to the set designers and all of that. It was spectacular. Look at Lestat. When I feel bad because when you have a breakup and there's this reconciliation, at least when you see your ex, you would hope that you're at your best. And this man has been living in squalor, right? By his own design. And is it because he felt that guilt about Claudia as it's been haunting him this whole time? And it made me think, was that also the reason why he didn't tell Louis that he saved him when they confronted him back at when it happened? Was this all to punish himself for what he did to his daughter? And when he was playing that little plank piano, just practicing with nothing, and just a beautiful scene. And we got to see their silhouettes as the hurricane was coming around them, and we don't hear what it is that they say to each other in the end. And I'm so curious to what was said. Clearly was some forgiveness there, but what were the words? I want to know so badly. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, this was most definitely giving, this is what I feel like I deserve. So this is that Lestat is feeding on rats. that should be, enough of a transition there. But this was all giving, this is what I deserve. And him just really admitting, I was just here for Louis admitting, like, I had a major hand in this. I brought her, I made you turn her. I was being selfish. I wanted you to suffer. Like, don't feel like this is all your fault. And even Lestat just being tormented at the fact that I allowed this to happen to her and I can't get it out of my mind. And she looked at me like a fault, but I didn't know how to be that. I was never that to her. So it was a very emotional scene. Santi?
Yeah, when he was in the back of the truck and the man was talking about Ralph Tresvant, I said, okay, we home. And I feel like we needed this full circle moment. Like I said, just for the closure of it all, because there were so many words unsaid. And so when he's on the street and he sees this little street urchin, which pissed me off because how dare you ask, this is Louis? Get out of here. Get out of here right now. Okay, because you're about to piss me off because you don't know nothing about this history. Lestat was like, be excused. But the exchange was so beautiful. And when they are embracing as the hurricane and the world is falling down around them, it reminded me of a line from that song, Moody's Mood for Love, that our love could endure a hurricane. Like, I just thought this was so poetic and so beautiful. And this is really the first time, you guys, that we have fully seen Lestat stripped down. No armor, no bravado, no extraness, and he's giving his heart. And it's not even romantic at all. This is just like, I loved you as my friend. You were my companion. I'm your maker. Like this, it was so touching. And it was beautiful. And when he said 9/8/1973, 9/8/1970, that's when he called me. You hurt yourself. Oh, girl, that was the moment. Do you hear me? Chills. A G cried real tears. It gave that closure. It gave, I've done the most to you. And when that single tear came down like glory, except it was blood this time. Baby, listen. And then not only that, but when Louis turns around and says,
I was lost.
The gift you gave me, I viewed it as a curse. He was like, I apologize. He's like, you gave me something that people would, die for, literally. But I misappropriated it for so long, thinking woe is me, and I was selfish. I said, Louis, you better take accountability. You better finally self-actualize. Like, it just gave everything you need. This was one of the most perfect moments in television, at least that I've seen this year, probably for some years, right? The chef's kiss, the writers. That's it.
Yeah.
Kay, Armand, were you crying behind those blade shades or what?
Let me tell you something. I don't cry watching TV. I don't cry. But when Lestat said September 8th, 1973, and he living in his own purgatory and that hair was still moving, shed a thug tear. It was a thug tear. That's acting. That's acting right there. And did you see the metaphors of when Armand called Lestat a hurricane, when he said you can't script a hurricane, and they're both standing there in a hurricane in the midst of that, and they're not even paying attention to the weather going on around them. They're standing firm in what they're talking about. It's like, I only see you before me. I don't care what's going on out there. This conversation needs to happen. Me and you gonna be good. And I love the cinematography of that moment, because even us, we didn't even care about the hurricane in that moment. We didn't even care.
I
All we
cared.
cared about was that conversation.
I cared. It was triggering me. They needed to put a trigger warning on that, because that really was triggering to me for real in real life. But I get what you're saying though. Most people ain't got my little trigger, so
This was beautiful, and I don't even like how could we ever top this in the show? Like, this was outstanding from every single point. That just the accountability on both parts, because we know Lestat is good for avoidance, and it's just like, why didn't you just tell me that you're the one who, like, I left you with Armand? How safe could that be? I left you with that gremlin. And that was also, to torture myself. How dare I let that happen to Claudia? And what I'm supposed to walk away with you and live after, happily ever after, and say, I could save you, but I didn't even bother to save Claudia. This is what I deserve. And just Louis grew 50 times for me in this scene. Like, just as soon as, first of all, when he pushed our component up there between the wash and dry, that's when he really grew for me. But this is when he was officially standing on business. I was like, he's a man vampire now. He a grown vampire.
Right.
Granted, we've been alive for how many years, but it was just like we've matured so much, and it's just, I can't wait to see who Louis becomes, because he's just so strong here, and I just loved all of this. But yes, it's not like me to brag about my virtue. I knew you'd figure it out sooner or later. Daniel, the leather jacket and the scarf. Say less. Child, now look at here. I didn't need this little reveal, honey. I didn't need this little reveal. As soon as we put the camera on Daniel, he's promoting this book, and I don't care what's being said. We cussing on what looks to be national television. And it's just like, you have made a mockery of your strong name as the author. Nobody believes him. And of course, we knew that little burning of that laptop wasn't going to be nothing. We always knew that a person like Daniel was going to have everything up on a backup. But we have the reveal that the Daniel has been turned into a vampire via lousy gremlin Armand to spite this whole situation. But I knew right off the bat when our homie wrote it. When did we ever know Daniel to have any swag? When he had on shades, like, what? Excuse me? it was given. I'm living my best life and I'm turned and I'm trying to get out of here. You better say something good about my book before I put my veins in your neck. But we do also find out that Louis hasn't even bothered to read the book, and while we have Daniel going on about a part 2 and you can do a little, it's like this shouldn't even came out. Matter of fact, every single vampire, east, west, north, south Dakota coast, it's on Louis' top. You are letting out those vampire secrets. We are coming for you. Santi, I'm going to come to you first. How did you feel when the Daniel took off them shades?
Baby, I told you he had the Vampire 3000 manicure and his stunner shades. I said, oh, it's over. Daniel done been turned, and he had more bravado than he normally has. He was a little bit more holy than he normally is. I said, oh, so I said, this is a vampire, Daniel, and I was absolutely here for it. He is with the ish for real, and this is all he needed. He was like, I just needed a platform. Listen, I just needed immortality to be my best self. So I cannot wait to see the vampire that is Daniel go forward. Loved everything about it. Loved him getting into it with this host. He's like, I don't read reviews. I don't give a darn. I done sold 5 million copies in the last 4 months. Like, I'm not pressed. And he was like, baby, hey, Louis, baby, what's going on when we doing part 2? These checks keep bouncing back. You know, I'm trying to feed you, Louis. Louis said, listen, I'm not worried about all that. And then we hear the vampires, the council of all the great vampires. And I'm like, oh, Lord, here they come. They finna come get them. Loved everything about this. Loved it. And he's like, I'm sorry, Daniel, that, Armand did this out of spite. And Daniel he feeding on the phone call. I said, really, Daniel?
Really? I was happy to see it because he didn't get turned, way back when in 73, but we got that feeling that just throughout the story and him being so invested, Daniel, I feel like he wanted to be a vampire. It's either be a vampire or die. It was either one, and we still kind of low key did one and the same. But I thought this was always how he was going to end up, so I was just really, really excited to see it, and I can't wait to see who he turns into, because we can't put an age on it. Who said you had to be young to become a vampire? Well, I don't know. They got them little rules in it, but forget them rules. Forget them rules, okay? I love this. I love this. Armand, why you do this?
I mean, look at Daniel. Daniel was. I ain't never seen that much hand action from Daniel. Daniel was in an interview like this on TV. He was like, and I'd have sold this many copies, and I'm a bestseller. And did you even read? Tell the people about my book. He was giving us nails all in there. And everybody that hang around Armand just start wearing black all of a sudden. So that was another one. Anybody that's in his range, we're gonna start wearing all black. Daniel knew in that moment that he was too cool for school. Like, you couldn't tell him nothing. He was like, this is all I need right here. Okay. And also he should tell Armand thank you, because in the book, Armand keeps all the other vampires from coming at him since he want to publish that little book. You know what I mean? So Armand is actually protecting his fledgling. Y'all don't never say thank you. Y'all don't ever say thank you.
We don't know that moving forward, Armand.
Never say it, thank you.
What I do want to know is, with the likes of the Armand being his maker, what does that mean for, like, shouldn't Daniel be like all powerful? Right?
It takes time. They have to develop their powers a little more, but he could be potentially really powerful.
Louis, what did you think about this leather jacket?
So Daniel, he looks crazy in a leather jacket to me. Like, he gotta find his vampire style, because the salt and pepper with the leather jacket is not doing it for me with the shades on. I don't need that. I like Daniel dressing like he coming from church, gotta stop at the post office, or like like running errands kind of thing. But I knew because Santiago, I agree, because he has a vibrato and a swagger that comes with, who gonna pop me? Like, what you gonna do? Like, if I cuss on TV, okay, I mean, what you gonna say? Like, what you gonna do? Say something to me, I'm gonna murder you. It's gonna be over with. So I like that part, and I also cannot wait to see Louis be annoyed by Daniel, because I feel like Daniel gonna call Louis every 5 minutes on a vampire line to ask him a question, or like, hey, let's get together, let's go hunt together. Like, he's gonna be like an annoying person to Louis, and I can't wait to see that, because New Orleans Louis is back, and I feel like he's gonna block Daniel on the vampire phone. So we'll see how that comes. But I can't wait to see what powers he develops, because I do think because Daniel was so mature when he was turned, that's gonna work in his favor as a vampire. Like whatever powers he develops, they're gonna be even more powerful because he was already very quick-witted and smart as a human. So, he's gonna be pretty unstoppable. I can't wait to see it. I hope that he and his maker get into a fight, though, at least at minimum.
I can't wait until he meets Lestat. I want to see that. I want to see that. Claudia, were you here for the shades, the leather jacket, and the scarf?
I'm here for Daniel getting his life. Like, this is Daniel. Daniel with immortality is about to be a problem, right? He's back to how he was when he was just a young tyke, 25 or however he was in that episode. And he was on everything. He about to be back on that booger sugar in no time. He's doing it all. That's the only thing that stopped him from doing it, was the fact that he could die from it. And now that's no longer the case. He about to be turned out. I already know, right in the books, high as a kite. But I do love that he didn't, meet his end permanently, because I would have been so sad if he died at the end of this season. So I'm glad we're going to see a little bit more of him, hopefully, in the next couple seasons.
Absolutely. And we end off the only place we should end off, with our main man, Louis, not only stepping into his own, but I was so happy to see that tree was gone. I am Louis de Pointe de Loc, and I own the night. Yes, Louis. Yes, I was here for him throwing that tree exactly where it belongs. I hope he just lit a flame to it and just let it glow, because Armand was so proud of that little raggedy tree. Hopefully he carried it out there on his back with the rest of his belongings. But the fact that we have Claudia's dress back there, immortalized there, we have that painting of Paul. It's like, yeah, this is no longer our little, like, no, I'm making this place my own. Even the way look at that sweater. We ain't never seen that much color in Dubai. Look at this sweater, these looks, like the way that he was handling himself. And it's just like, get out of Dubai. Don't you want to move? Shouldn't you go into hiding? People are coming for you, and let them come. I'm Louis. Try it if you want to. I loved every single ounce of this, and I am so happy for Louis. I am so happy that he is not suffering being Rapunzel in that tall tower anymore, being trapped by Armand. I loved every single moment of this. Okay, how'd you feel about this? Come on, Armand.
You're gonna have to go on and get him a new tree, so the room don't even look the same without the little tree in there. Yeah. But I do. It just added a little character. But I do love the tribute to Paul and Claudia, because I think those are the two people he felt like he failed, as he was like he was their big brother, and he's slowly, bringing color back to his wardrobe, because Armand said, over here we wear black. Okay, this is what we do. We're Blade in here. We're in the Matrix. You gonna wear black. And so now that Louis has gotten out of the Matrix, Louis can get a little color, and it looks like his place of peace there, where he can feel like he's close to Paul and Claudia again, but also be reminded of how he failed them, and what is this going to mean for him moving forward.
Child, them people coming. I would love to know. Louis, were you here for Louis' transition and owning this night? Try me if you want to.
Already know I was here for Louis. Say, baby, this is my address. Let me tell you about the security system, okay? You don't need to worry about that. I got a little film on the window, so it don't matter what time of day it is. We're going to be safe in here. We can scrap it out, because guess what? I own the night. And yes, you do, sir. Yes, you do. Because look at that look on his face. Don't he look like he owned the night? Yes, he does. Okay. I was so happy to see him getting back to himself, because, I can't speak for everybody, but I know I have lost myself in relationships before, like, previous relationships. You get in this relationship and it's all encompassing, and you give a little and you give a little and you give a little. And before you know it, you done gave it all, and you're not who you used to be, and you got to get back to yourself. And Louis said he about to be outside, baby. He gonna be outside. He gonna be inside. He gonna be upside your head if you come in this condo. And I love that for us. I appreciated his picture of his brother in a dress for Claudia. It was like, two very pivotal pivotal moments in his life that he's acknowledging, and he wants to keep them close. And you know when he gonna stick his toes in the sand, baby, he concocting a plan. Coming up with a little plan, and that's exactly what he's doing there. And I love his sweater. He had beautiful furniture. I love the whole vibe. Okay, hopefully he got like another penthouse in the same building, because I wouldn't want to be having no, Armand like vibes in my house like that. But I don't know. You never know. But I'm glad to see the boys coming back in next season. I don't know how we're gonna do it, because I know we're getting Rockstar Lestat, Party Like a Rockstar. But I hope we get to see them coming for him, because how the hell he gonna do that? Like, we not all that like that for him to be like they had a Jamaican vampire. Do you know how scary a Jamaican vampire probably is? Baby, I would never want no smoke with a Jamaican vampire.
All the continents were making all kind of noise. I was like, all right, I hope we don't just leave that narrative and drop it, because we stand a whole lot with this ending scene. He said, I got some tea on the window for the sun challenge. Come on in here. Try it. Santi, were you here for this?
Oh, you already know I was. And you see Armand Butt got out of Dodge. You see he left the spot. He wasn't nowhere to be found. But yes, I loved the memoriam to both his brother and to Claudia. I liked him going in there, honey, putting his feet in. He said, let me get grounded before I read y'all down real bad. And for some reason, I feel like whatever blood he's had access to has done something, right? And then feeding on Armand and the other things, getting his new power gifts. I mean, he's feeling himself. He's feeling his big one, but I loved it. I'm in Dubai, penthouse number 6, 22851. The code is 2121. Right. Come see about me. I'm not going anywhere. Like I love this Louis, because I'm not going to keep running. Like I'm not going to keep what he's been doing for this entire time. Even with Claudia, right? They were running here and there after whatever happened with Lestat, him and Armand, traveling the world together. He's like, I want to get home. I want to plant roots, and so be it. Y'all got so much to say. Y'all steady rapping. Ain't nobody did anything yet. Daniel said, don't you want to move? He said, no, I'm going to sit right here. Come see about me. And I loved every single moment of it, because I'm not about to play with y'all, and I'm not about to run.
Right.
It is what it is. Let the chips fall where they may. And I loved it.
Because I got hands, because I'm from the 7th Ward. Claudia?
He got fire. I don't know what else he got.
Everything, Claudia.
I love that he does keep these mementos of his, his brothers and his sisters, right? I love that. And I can imagine that there's more around the home. But honestly, I felt like I wouldn't want for him to make this his permanent space. I feel like this could be very triggering and traumatizing if you're forever in the space where you have to remember the things that you've done in that way. But I do love that he stands his ground when them folks was trying, like talking smack about him through the telepathic grapevine or whatever. I love that they are planting the seeds for when it happens to Lestat, because they really didn't like the side when he was telling everything, all the vampire tea and his music and everything. Mm-hmm. So I think this was a good way to end the episode. We got Louis being himself again. And yeah, I can't wait for season 3.
Absolutely. I'm gonna get into this last slide. Let me read these couple of super chats down here. Kiwi coming through with the $49.99, showing us love once again. Thank you so much. Ladies, here is the rest. I wanted to send for the group plus a little something to help cover the little sticky finger YouTube text. I'm glad you know about that, Kiwi. I'm glad you know about that, Kiwi23. Thank you so much. If you guys do not know, especially us who push more for the Cash App situations, YouTube takes a very large portion of our super chats. They do. So thank you for even thinking about us in that way and looking out. We really, really appreciate it. We got another one here for $9.99. I love Louis in the last scene. If y'all come for me, I got something for that ass. Hashtag gangsta. I'm a native New Orleans, and so I love that Saints cap. Who that? It was like he's officially home. He had me at Essence Fest. He had me at Essence Fest in Rap Transman. Thank you so much. 60 plus at DD. Thank you.
60 plus. What high school you went to? Drop it in the chat. You know, that's how I know. What high school you went to?
She might know you trying to see something. We got one more here from Tony Roberts. Thank you once again for the $9.99. Louis was like, there will be some slow singing and flower bringing if my burger alone starts singing. It was given, who is this paging me at 5:46 in the morning? Crack a donut. Now I'm yawning. Wipe up my eye. Hey, see who's this paging me? Why? My man pop from the bottom. I'm sorry. They want to stick you like fly paper, Louis. It ain't happening. It ain't coming for my mans. Y'all, I cannot believe we are at the end. It's bittersweet. It is absolutely bittersweet. It has been a joy talking about this show every single week. We got the Telemasca, we got Kasha, we got Lestat. What is next? I just want to say thank you. It's sad, but we don't get TV like this every day. We don't get shows that we live like this for all the time. Y'all, we ain't jumping up to cosplay for a whole lot of stuff. We just not. We just not, because it's just the writing isn't there. The execution of the show, the cinematography, the work, all the effort put into everything in the show has just been amazing to reflect on. And you guys have been amazing. The chat has been amazing. I just want to thank everybody here on the panel and everybody in this chat. Like, I'm getting emotional. Like, y'all don't know how it is as reviewers to find stuff y'all want to really talk about. And I know I can't speak for everybody here, but I have loved every bit of talking about this show with enthusiasm. If you guys couldn't tell about the panel, we love it. But Santi, I'm going to come to you first. What are you looking forward to for season 3? And just what are your thoughts on the show overall after we come to an end?
This is, y'all know they ran it up. Y'all ran it up. Period. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much. Those recap videos, y'all really did y'all big one. The support has been unreal. The community has been amazing. But outside of that, the show has been incredible. Literally a joy to watch. When I tell you we'd be in our little group chat like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. We would finish this live and be like, oh my gosh. Sunday, actually, after we watched the episode early in the morning, we'd be like, girl, did you see? Oh my gosh, I cannot wait until next week. What they gonna do to us? And so it's rare that you find shows that are so compelling and that are a joy to create content for. So yeah, kudos to the showrunners, the actors, the producers, the set designers, the costume designers, everyone who had a piece in this production. Season 2 was spectacular. Hear me, okay? Now, as far as season 3, I want to see Lestat on tour. I want to see what Rockstar Lestat gives and who he's gonna unalive because they missed a note. I have to see it. I want to see it. And of course, I want to see more Louis. I want to see what that's going to result in. I want to see Lestat Mama because I heard Gabrielle is coming. I want to see the other vampires. Listen, I want to see them redheads. I want to see all of it. Everything that they have in store for us. I want to see it as long as it's done well. They have a lot to live up to for season 3.
Ciao. That's the kicker there. How are you guys gonna keep this momentum up, or how are you gonna outdo? Ain't no outdoing that scene between Louis and Lestat. That's gonna go on down in history as the best situation ever to be on TV. Louis, what are you looking forward to, and what have you thought about the season just overall?
This season overall has been, again, like you said, Santiago, a joy for me. This is bringing back my feelings about old school TV that we used to watch back in the day when shows was really doing a big one. Everybody has done a phenomenal job with this show. I said in a comment on another video somewhere, we have to determine as a community whether we're going to be the I told you so crew or whether we're going to keep it cute when everybody starts to come on board when it goes to Netflix. Because when it goes to Netflix, it's going to be a phenomenon. I'm just, it's going to be a huge deal. But that does give me some concern because when things get big, they start changing the formulas, changing the recipes. They do things differently. They want to add a lot and take away a lot and do the most without doing enough. And I don't want them to, they have literally a perfect recipe. Don't change a motherfucking thing about the way you do this show because it literally needs no changing. Just do what Anne Rice said. take some liberties and put it on the screen and let us have it. But the season was great. I cannot wait I don't even know what the hell Lestat, Rockstar Lestat even means, but everybody says it, so I say it, but I don't know what that really means. Like, is he really gonna be in a rock band? Is it gonna be like smooth jazz? Is it gonna be yacht rock? I don't know what it's gonna be. I don't really care, but I'm excited to see it. I just want to make sure we get Louis in there too, and I want to make sure that I get as much of Sam Reed's face in the screen as humanly possible.
I don't know, Louis. I've seen everything from pictures of Louis to the liking of Tim Curry in Rocky Horror Picture Show, or I think it's Hedrick in the Angry Inch, or it's going to be massive. And the only thing we have to go off of, if you aren't in the books, is the rock star that we get in Queen of the Dam. So anything else can like outdo that. Because we didn't, execute that as well as we could. So I really think it's going to be amazing. The Lestat that we know as a rock star, child, it's going to be crazy. But I'm hoping that because we don't get a whole lot of Lestat here in this season. So I'm figuring that third one is just really going to solely focus on him. But I hope that we don't lose, especially when Louis made all his progress.
Right.
I hope we don't, lose him or Daniel, and we don't have them too far on the back burner, and they're still just as intertwined in the story as they managed to do with Lestat here. Claudia, what did you think about us covering the show this entire time, the engagement we've been getting, and what are you expecting in season 3?
It's been a joy talking about this show with y'all. Shout out to the chat. Y'all are funny, and on the panel and in the chat, hilarious. So if they're going in order, it's going to be the Vampire Lestat, I believe, next.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember. It's been middle school, y'all. This is when I was sneaking reading these books. So I'm trying to remember a couple things. And I don't think that there was that Akasha was in that one like that. It's been a minute. I could be wrong.
She wasn't. They just intertwined them for that film, but she wasn't. That's why I'm like, they mentioned her here. So are y'all going to put her there too?
And I just hope that it makes it to my favorite book, The Tale of the Body Thief. Once we get to that season, I'm ready to go. I'm like, they could close it there and I'll be happy. But in season 3, I'm excited because I know we're going to get more Lestat. I think that Sam Reid, he is a scene stealer, and that's hard to do with the cast that's as talented as they have here in the show. And I just want to see where it goes, y'all. I want to see where it goes, what they do with it. And I am kind of scared, though, if it gets more popular, that, the big wigs are going to start, making some changes. I hope that that's not the case. But you see what they did to Bridgerton. Season 3 was horrible.
Exactly. Yes.
So, but we're going to ward against that and not let that be the case. But yeah, hopefully we see more Sam Reid and the rest of the cast.
I hope not, y'all. This show seems to be a show with a lot of attention to detail and integrity. So I would hope they wouldn't just take it and go, well, now that, no, this is our baby, we're still going to handle it with finesse. I hope so. Armand, with your stunner shades on, aka wash and dryer. What are you for coming into that third season? And what have you felt about us covering just the entire season overall?
Get my eyes out of here. Okay. I am glad that people are talking about it. When season 1 was out, it was hard to find people to talk to about it because they were like, that's a series. Oh no, I don't want to watch it. It's not going to be as good as the movie. They can't. Why would they remake that? We love them. Y'all didn't even care about that movie with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. They didn't even like each other. They had all that tension and stuff. Nobody was even paying attention. AMC Plus. Don't nobody watch that. So I am just happy people are tuning in because this is top tier TV. It's top tier. So I'm glad that everybody is tuning in to watch this. I would like for everyone to see how Armand is protecting Daniel as his fledgling, because y'all don't ever say thank you to Armand. He is protecting him because them vampires are mad. They own his ass because he put that book out when he wasn't supposed to. Louis tried to burn the laptop. It didn't work. So all the vampires is on his jock. Armand is the one out here saving his ass. He go wherever Daniel go. Okay. He's out there. Thank you, Armand, for always being there. If we are following the Anne Rice Chronicles, boom. After the vampire Lestat is the Queen of the Damned and the Tale of the Body Thief. Now we also know that the Talamasca is getting their own series.
Mhm.
So somewhere between the vampire Lestat, the Queen of the Damned, and the Tale of the Body Thief is, I'm thinking how they're gonna do season 3 and a spinoff of the Talamasca. But I'm excited, y'all.
Me too. I just love how you caping for Armand even all the way.
Child.
All the way to the end. So you want us to thank Armand. We got a few more super chats here. Let me make sure that I get them. Thank you once again. Lydia Wynn has been showing up for every single live, making sure that she shows love, and I really, really appreciate it. Love watching this season while watching the lives. Y'all made this little fandom. We really did. We really did. Hope to see y'all more next season. I'm down if they are. I'm just really glad that everybody that I asked to be, because they ain't have to do this, y'all. They did not have to do this. I could have asked somebody to be here or a plethora, and it would be like, girl, we don't want to do all that. Why we got to show up funeral ready? Why we got to cosplay? I just love that everybody was down for anything that these ladies have been just absolutely amazing. We got another one here. Good job, ladies. Love the outfits. This is for all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For the $19.99, we really, really appreciate it. This, I just can't believe it's over, y'all. Like, I'm happy that we did the live, but it's like, what now?
What now? Right.
What now? What are we supposed to do now? But of course, per usual, let me show you guys some love, and we will be on our way out. Know what to do. Let me find Louis and send us off on the right note, because Louis showed up and showed out for the finale, and we love that for him. We be right back, y'all.
I was on the plane with the wine. They call me Whitley. I told the hell name. Listen, I'm the baddest in the school, the baddest in the game. Excuse me, honey, but nobody's in my lane. When you was in New York, you was Yankee. I was with bass. I was pitching the Frankie. These so cranky, get in my hanky. My mommy, I'm cold. Give me my blankie. Flyer than the kite, I get higher than my pencil. Keep the snow white, I can pay for the bundle. Stuff your cookies up till they crumble. Don't be acting like the Cardinals are gonna fumble. Cause I'm a stealer, fresh this out the dealer. Rolling dope boys don't feel her. Love so sick, I need a healer. It's my concealer. I be out and clean, and I pick up for a week for wheelers. I'm a big deal. That's why I get more than a pigtail. With the bench, I'm getting the munchies. I think I have a rap my unchained. Really think this bitch shine my shoes. You know I keep a bad. Let me stain your boobs. I'm the only thing hopping like a kangaroo. I mean the only thing popping like a can of brew. Listen, you should buy a 16 cause I like a child. The 808 whoop.
Thank you. Welcome back, Louis. I'm gonna read this one comment before I let the people know where they can find you guys. I'm gonna miss y'all. I wanted to highlight this comment and thank you. We are here often, you guys. I love the fact that you guys showed up so heavily and engaged for this show, but I would love it even more if you guys showed up for the other things also. Because I know that we are all covering some things together, some things individually, and we would love to get this much engagement and support for everything. We go live quite often recently together, so if you guys could show up, we give the same energy on everything. We give the same energy here. We give the same energy for the boys. We'll give the same energy tomorrow when we recap a film, a documentary, whatever it is. We gave the same energy yesterday when we had a live discussion for Supercell. Support it, y'all. Support it. We are always here. There is no that you can miss the show, but there's no reason to miss us. We ain't going nowhere. We are absolutely not going anywhere. But Santi, I'm going to come to you first to let the people know what you have going on your channel next and where they can come to find and support you. Go ahead, Santi.
Absolutely. Thank y'all so much for being here. We love y'all. We love y'all for real. Like, that's just it. Amazing, amazing, amazing. But y'all know, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything because I post darn near every single day. Okay. Tomorrow we will be live to discuss Young, Wild, Free. Actually a film that premiered at Sundance last year, but is now on BET Plus. And I think it's going to be a really great watch. And don't forget, Friday we have The Boys and the mid-season finale I have on on Saturday of Power Book 2 Ghost. So y'all, and everything in between, y'all already know, post every day. So just hit that notification bell and check the community tab because I post on there every day as well. But we appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for the love. And thank you, Tyra. Shout out to Tyra, y'all, for her diligent work in hosting every single one of these lives, the dance breaks, the edit, the amount of time and care and love and creativity that it takes. Show her some love, y'all. If you're not subscribed to Struggle Reviews TV, please head on over, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, because she deserves all the love and all the subs.
Y'all, this is what Ashley's channel looks like. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ashley. It's been a joy, and I love to do it. If y'all show up, if y'all build it, we gonna show up for you every single time. But you guys, this is what Ashley's channel looks like. Be sure to get over there and support her. She is growing at this point like a weed. We are on our way to 4,000 subscribers, so make sure you get her there even quicker. Thank you. Kay over there with the books because she reading. We're gonna go back to Kay because you caping. You got too into this Armand character. I'm sick of it. Kay, I'm gonna come to you next to let the people know what you have going on over there on the Fifth Wall, as well as your Horror and Hooch podcast. Go ahead, Kay.
Yes, horror fans, I need y'all to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. For the Fifth Wall, we have reviews for Godzilla -1, Mayfair Witches, Sting, Imaginary, Tarot, The Watchers, Evil, House of Dragon, The Boys, X-Men 97, and of course, reaction videos for Interview with the Vampire. So if you're a nerd, if you love horror, and you need something to watch, I need you to come on and hit that button. Armand Hive for life. Come on. And I like to read. So what else you need?
I'm over here looking at these comments. Somebody said, how can they get us on that Interview with the Vampire press tour? We need to be there. Say that
right.
again. I mean, we trying to figure out that too. But you guys, this is what the Fifth Wall looks like. Once again, Kay is really gunning for that 1,000 subs. If you guys could support her in that journey, that would be absolutely great. Go like and run her stuff up. We would appreciate it. Next, I'm gonna come to don't like windows when they close, because girl, you had a hard night life. You had a hard time this season, and went out like the thug that you are. See, let the people know why you are so superior. Go ahead.
Hey y'all. So I'm Claudia tonight, but usually I am See the Superior. You can join me on my YouTube channel called See the Superior, and on all social media platforms, See the Superior. So coming up, I'm going to be doing a couple book reviews. The next book I'm going to be reading, if y'all want to read along, it's called You Shouldn't Have Come Here by Geneva Rose. I'm excited. It's going to be great. Also, I'm going to be dropping another short on my channel this week. And later this week, we're going to be discussing the next episode of my adventures with Superman over on my sister channel on Popular Review Entertainment. So yeah, doing all the things. Join me. Oh, and also, if you like to cosplay like I do, I'm going to be at BlurredCon the weekend after next. So pull up on me, say what's up, and subscribe to my channel.
Absolutely. I love the little cutesy. Pull up on me. Say what's up with my Claudia dress. Pull up on me. This is what See the Superior's channel looks like. She is also trying to get her way to those 1,000 subs, that good old threshold. So get over there and support her as much as you possibly can. Last but not least, the good old Louis Deluxe, who said the windows got tint, you can come find me. Elle, let the people know what you have going on your channel. Go ahead, Elle.
Thank you so much, Tyra, for having me. This has been so much fun. Nobody I know is watching the show, so this is my outlet, babe. I'll be ready to talk. Okay, so I have enjoyed this thoroughly. Please check out my channel. I am sad that Interview with the Vampire is over, but I will be dropping a review for House of the Dragon tomorrow, and then I'll be dropping my review for season 3 of The Bear. I got thoughts, Lord. So if you love recaps, reviews that are funny, and love to talk about movies and TV shows, my channel is the one. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell for the notification. I'm also going to be doing a live for my birthday, which is in a couple weeks. Yeah. So I just want to hang out. I don't want to do anything for my birthday this year. I just want to stay home and eat like trans fats and like cholesterol and stuff. So I'll be doing that. And I was like, let's get with the homies on YouTube and we can just eat and have snacks together for my birthday. So if y'all want to come by, I'll be dropping the little date and time for that on my community tab. So check that out as well.
Oh yeah, I'm here for that. I will be bringing the guacamole and chips. I'm coming to that. Y'all, this is what L. You got me hungry. You know, we've been sitting here, my stomach. L is very close to 10,000 subscribers. Y'all stop playing and get my girl over there. That is a major milestone in these YouTube streets, and I know that she would love to get there. So go and support LB on her channel. We love to see it. I don't even want to let me make sure, because y'all know I gotta make sure I'm getting out of here and I didn't leave nobody's. Okay, we good. I gotta make sure I ain't leave nobody's super chat, because I know y'all be mad down there when I don't get you. I got everybody. I got everybody this time. But y'all, anything else before we get out of here and say goodbye for the people and interview with the vampire for the last time until it take 2 years for the season 3 to come out?
Tyra, you do your thing on these slides and this music. You do your thing.
Oh, thank you.
Every
Thank
time.
you. Thank you. I'll be trying to keep y'all entertained, keep that chat entertained, and keep it fun. Like, keep it fun. I'm amazed to see how many comments in this chat are saying that they didn't see anybody talking about the show but us. This is the first time they were looking. We were the only people that showed up, which is great. And that's good too, y'all, because we won't be showing up like that. Well, I can't speak for y'all. I don't really be showing up like that. So I'm just glad that we found each other and you guys were able to find us. Oh, man. But anything else, ladies?
No.
Nope.
Thanks so much, y'all.
Okay, well.
Hold on. Somebody just said the boys is on.
Somebody said what? See?
Super chat. Don't miss them.
See. I was gonna do it. I was saying, you see it. Oh, thank you so much, TG, for the $2. The Boys is on. Yes, The Boys is on, and we cover it every single Friday. We cover it every single Friday. So if you are at all into The Boys and you are watching this current season, come and check us out. Same time, same place. We will be there Friday talking about it on this channel. Support us, y'all. Support us. Oh, we do a whole lot over here. Thank you so much, TG, for that super chat. That's everybody, right?
And ladies, 3, 2, 1. I need a cheese. I need a pose for the screenshot I'm about to take y'all at the end of this live.
Oh, no, you're not.
1, 2, 3, cheese. Wonderful.
Good night, y'all.